Sweet. So this is the Astral Future podcast. Got Marco Viana on here today.
How's it going, guys?
And yeah, we're just gonna talk about some random stuff.
Indeed, we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
way. So yeah, let's start it like spirituality.
All right. Okay. Are you like very spiritual? Would you say? Would you believe like you more for spirituality than religion, or do you think there's like separate things, or do you like how would you go about that?
Oh, that is actually a weird question. Um okay, like spiritually, I'm very like spiritual as a person in a way in that context,
Okay.
and also like I feel like religion is also just like different ways of explaining things.
Yeah.
Like if you think about, and then there was light in the Bible, or if you think about like the Big Bang, it's like it was just different times of people explaining things, of saying like, hey, this emerged from this or something,
So
like,
the same
or
story,
trying
just
to.
different books, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just science now is more like accurately found something closer to that.
Mm.
But then like religion, like I learned some of it, like I've studied, not studied like intensely, but some of them,
Mm.
like Hinduism,
Okay.
Buddhism, Taoism.
Yeah.
So like I've looked into a couple of them, and then also like I grew up a little bit with Christianity.
Mm.
I didn't really stick to it, but yeah. But in general, I'd say like spiritually is a little bit more open
Mm.
to the general idea of what's going on, because I've had a weird experience with a lot of things
Yeah.
that I'd prefer to just openly look at it than try and close off things,
Mm.
because I don't know.
And like with spirituality, like there is like more open doors for like explaining like weird scenarios, weird events, weird things that keep on happening.
Yeah.
Whereas like religion, they don't really like, if you see patterns in your everyday life, like angel numbers almost, like you see the same numbers coming up, or you see like constant things being thrown up. Like sometimes religion doesn't really have like answers for that, but spirituality, like even if you go into like nature and stuff, like
Yeah.
everything natural, everything organic, like
But
it
that's
has
also like,
sequences. It like
yeah, in spirituality, there's also energies and frequencies.
yeah,
And, well, even cymatics, dude, like just things that are like being emitted from the universe that we interact with,
such
which I
as
like. Or like even cymatic frequencies, like I'd say that a lot of reality is built up like that, even.
okay.
So do you know what those are?
Not entirely, no.
Okay, that's like when you, it's like frequencies that they can create with like sound or something. Let's say you get like a solid thing, like a, I think it's like a steel pan or something, but not like a pan, but it's like a proper thing that can like handle some shit. I don't
Okay.
know how to explain it, but you just put like some sand on there or whatever, and then when you start to play out different frequencies, it starts to evolve into different patterns, where you can
Oh, the
actually see
sand like
the,
moves with the different
yes.
vibrations and creates
So
different
you see the
patterns and
different
stuff.
patterns that evolve within those spaces, and then I don't know. I think like on a like in a quantum form, even like that's how a lot of things evolve.
Mm. Like if you look at cities and you look at like the like motherboard for a computer, like you can
Yeah,
actually like see similarities between
yeah. There's
like
still some patterns in nature that play out, like as unnatural as they look to us, they are still.
mm,
Or like forest. I've seen a picture as well with just city and then forest, and the way the trees also,
do the same thing as
yeah.
yeah.
So it just finds a way to emit different like patterns
Yeah, I
or
once heard something
frequencies.
like even with like if you go and you like sit on a hill and you like measure all the buildings and stuff and you divide them by whatever, like you'll even get like Fibonacci sequences and things like that. Like you say, even something like buildings which we did can be like reduced down to something natural, like Fibonacci sequences and things like that.
Yeah. And those things are also crazy as a whole nother thing, but that's also something that like permeates most of reality.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's just a common occurrence in most places. Like Fibonacci's.
Yeah. Like everywhere you look, dude, it's crazy. Like Jordan like got onto it like not too long ago. Like with trading and stuff, there's even a Fibonacci tool in trading, like crypto trading and forex trading and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, dude, and you literally use like 1.618 and like literally all the Fibonacci numbers and stuff as retracements. Yeah, and like we started learning more about Fibonacci because of trading and like getting into it to see how it can really. And since then, like we just laugh the whole time because we see stuff and we're like, hey, Fibonacci, hey, Fibonacci, hey, Fibonacci. And it's just like random shit throughout your day. It's like it's literally everywhere, bro.
Yeah. And then with cryptos, does it help with that?
Like, yeah, dude, like Fibonacci is probably like one of the most helpful tools for me. I feel like it is the most helpful tool for like gauging like where your charts are going to play out, where they're going to, everything. It works exactly like that because it's the most efficient way of movement in the charts and stuff. So that's why they use Fibonacci, because it's the most efficient way for the chart to move.
Yeah.
So instead of it just going up, it'll go up 100%, it'll come down like 33% or something. Like it'll come down in a Fibonacci sequence, then it'll go up in another Fibonacci. Like it's crazy.
But is
how
that
it works.
maybe then like computing power?
I think
the way
it
responds to that, like, because isn't there like some random updates as well with the stocks? Like some, well, not stocks, but like trading in general.
Mm-hmm.
But like you'd watch something and then it, like you guys have said before, what it's just reloading or not reloading, it's just
retesting.
What, so it just like redetermines a new number of where it actually is.
Yeah, so like
it looks like it's dropping for a while and then it actually clears
but it has to come back up. Yeah, and that's the thing. And like when you know it has to come up, like you can measure how far up it's going to come with a Fibonacci tool, but how far it's gone down, because it's going to be one of the sequences in the Fibonacci sequence. Like that's how like it literally like even goes into that. So I think with maybe even computing and like algorithms and AI and all of that, even they are starting to like tap into Fibonacci, like, and it's something that's been around for billions of years. Like,
I don't know. I saw something that as well with Google also releasing their new their new quantum computer. Also looks crazy, but it's like what, 1,000,000 to the 18th or something times more powerful, or some ridiculous number, dude.
Yeah, more powerful than what?
A general computer.
Okay.
Like it could run like a city's worth of computers off one computer.
Jeez, bro.
But then also like with that, it'll probably help with the energy problem within cryptos. But like hacking and shit becomes a whole nother problem with that, because America just got screwed the other day with their oil lines, with the hacking.
Yeah, but that's another
thing. So
if
someone has a quantum computer, they're gonna fuck your shit up, dude.
Because like that
your
is a problem,
cannot
bro.
protect you, dude.
Yeah.
Like
but with like your Bitcoins and your cryptocurrencies and stuff, like for maybe like 12, 13 years now, it's been the biggest honeypot like ever. Like if someone can hack into that, they've literally got more money than anyone has ever been able to steal ever in the history of money. And it's been 12 years now and hasn't been touched. But now things like quantum computing and shit coming out, dude, like it's going to be...
It will play into the system a lot.
Because there is things for, around, like with Bitcoin, with the blockchain, if it does get hacked, like it forms new chains and it does have procedures in order for something like that happens. But like, how strong are these computers? How much are they actually capable of this?
Well, that's the thing, is it's pretty much linking a fuck ton of computers around the world together to run that.
Yeah.
But if one quantum computer can do that, the thing is, the chances of all of those computers communicating at that rate is slim.
Yeah.
To actually solve a problem as quickly as that thing would on one system.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a trippy one to try and imagine when it comes out what the fuck that thing's gonna be like, dude.
Like what do you need like that type of power like now for? Like quantum computing, like
there's a lot of equations that they want to run through it.
Okay.
That normal computers couldn't really run. And just general like server solutions, I think they want, like just to store things in a more like clear way.
Okay.
And also some things can even be fucked up by solar rays or something, like solar flares.
Oh yeah.
Like some technology, so they want to try avoid that as well.
So it's basically like they're just trying to for the cloud.
Yeah, they're just trying to recreate a way for storage, I think, mainly, or how to run a fucking robot system like our robot.
But yeah, but that's another thing. Like,
but they could just run a regular robot that could do some dishes or some shit, dude.
Exactly. Like, but like, how much do they have that they just aren't comfortable with giving to like the normal population? I mean, something like that, like a quantum computer, like it can be used then to, like you say, figure out like very difficult equations that can help a whole lot.
Yeah.
But then you have to look at the reverse side, like give that to someone and they can go and screw over the whole crypto industry, which like...
No, but you can hack into banks, you can hack into anyone's account. Like there's no security out there that can actually sort that out. So if it's working at 1,000 times the rate, it'll find a backdoor, dude. Or 1,000,000 times the rate, like it's got to, dude.
So that's not something that will be available for us, or what?
I don't know. It might be, but maybe someday in the future. But then there's also things like flying cars, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Like that they would never give to humans.
Because we
dumb
of them wouldn't know what the fuck to do with it, like how to use it responsibly. Yeah.
Yeah, because the oaks are going to be crashing in the sky. They're going to be driving around weird. They're going to be
like, we have roads, we can't keep our shit together on roads.
Yeah, definitely. Bro. So a flying car would not be a solution either.
No.
But then also that's the thing is also with like electric cars and all of these like self-driving cars, I think they also need a server strong enough to run all of those computations of all of them running at the same time, as well as all the corrections of all of those cars.
Because
so
if your road
quantum
is just
computers would also help with that as well. Because if you just, I don't know what they're running those things on at the moment, but
must be something crazy.
It must be something crazy actually to think about it. Like that's not just a regular thing to just pick up a GPS and then drive a car somewhere and then dodge cars, and especially in South Africa, you're not going to find something that can do that.
Because you have like so many like variables, especially like say in South Africa, like taxi drivers. That there's just, and I mean people in general just have like a very, well, not much of like a respect for the road in this country, and it's could be an issue. Like in America or Europe, you find doing like 80 in a 60 zone, bro, they will take your car, they'll put you in jail, you won't have a license for the next 3 years. Like, it's serious. Say this country is so like, it's so shit, and like everyone has a negative like view on this country, but at the end of the day, like we're actually more free for ourselves than you are in a lot of countries.
I think also in this country we're a little bit lenient with non-criminal behavior.
Just reckless behavior.
So if you're reckless, they'll be like, hey, get your fucking shit together, but they're not gonna arrest you or anything for it very quickly here. I'm not sure. Well, then it depends on the situation and the cop and the guy in the room, but
then like in America, there's also stories of like they literally just fill up the prisons as quickly and as much as possible because they get paid out. The prisons.
I've heard they're extremely profitable, which is disgusting to comprehend.
That's it, bro. So
that people are going to happily
arresting
allow
people because they like actually doing shit wrong, and like they need to have their life taken away from them and spend it in a block. Let's say at the beginning
of COVID, when they say someone's not wearing a mask, you're gonna get taken to Chucky, dude.
Yeah, and that's literally you're taking someone's life away from them, dude. You're putting them in a brick block.
Stupid.
Yeah,
it's
for not wearing a mask, bro. Dude. Like it doesn't justify.
But that's also the thing is like people say, oh no, the law is like this, it works like this. But then when you get something like COVID, when you can directly look at an example of how these people behave when they're given orders, because it is their job. Like these people don't want to do it half the time. I'm sure these cops.
Yeah.
But it's their job, and they are told to do this, that, this, and that. So.
And if shit starts getting out of control, then
they have to get told to, hey, here's out of control situations, you got to handle this. And then a lot of people aren't used to that because a lot of cops don't even have to deal with wild ass situations. It's not movies.
Exactly. It's literally a roadblock or no.
Unless you're like running full on like security drills and shit for some places. I don't know. There's some areas in this country that are very, very like riddled with crime.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So like that's probably like a more like high octane job or whatever, where you'd have to have that training involved.
But I mean, you look at the majority of the police on the force, like there's no ways they could pass a physical, bro. Like
no. To be honest, most of them I'd say as well, dude.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, it depends what they're doing then. If you're a traffic cop or whatever, then all cool. You don't have to be fit. But if you're a guy that has to chase down guys, you have to be fit enough to chase down guys. It's just one of those things, dude.
Like it might be better to be bigger if you're just a traffic cop, then like people can see you, you know.
Yeah. And then no one just tries to drive away real quick because you're like, hey, I'm clearly here.
Exactly. Can't say you didn't see me.
Yeah. No, but it does that.
But yeah, I still think like despite all the like the BS and like all the corruption and shit like that in this country, I still feel like I feel a lot more free in this country than I did in any like other country. Like even when I visited like Europe, it's just you can feel it in the air even, bro, that it's like it's not the same place, bro. Like everyone sticks to their like to the rules. Everyone does everything like exactly how it's supposed to be done. Here people are like, okay, well, this is what I need to do. I'll do it how I want to do it. Like,
here's a lot more rowdy, but that's also African rules. It's hard to contain.
Yeah,
the whole of
African
Africa.
blood. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is they've just probably gotten just a stronger hold on people overseas, just because of how much they've like managed to expand. But yeah, South Africa, I dig as well. Like, there's some things here that are a little bit off and like wild compared to other countries.
Like load shedding.
Load shedding. But also like crime is quite bad here, but like there's certain things that are still like, because the truth is you're going to experience crime anywhere in the world. You're going to experience like it is a 2021 scenario. There's some people struggling and there's some people that want more things than others, so people are going to steal.
Yeah.
Like, until that's solved as a problem, there's going to be sort of that for a while everywhere.
And it's like, it's just a big like vicious circle, because if you don't want people to steal, then like you need to provide them like with equal opportunities, or just like be able
viable options.
Exactly. But like it just it doesn't get to that, bro, and it's all because of just a whole lot of independent like issues within the whole system, bro.
Yeah, because that's the thing, like a lot of people are struggling nowadays to pay the bills, sort their shit out, especially if you have kids. That's like, it's a wild one to think about, dude. Like, especially with like how erratic money is nowadays, like, to get hold of it, and you've got to try now find out how to stably support yourself and kids
while still trying to at least maintain some sort of family like unit, bro. Like, you can't just be at work from 5 in the morning till 9 at night.
But sometimes you have to.
That's the thing.
Like, and a lot of people get judged or something like that, or don't spend a lot of time with their family because of that, and then you end up like losing a lot of years.
And it's because you're trying to make,
but
like,
you're
bread.
trying to do something. It's just you're doing something else, which is still very important.
Exactly.
It's only because of today's society.
Yeah, very much so.
But also work people like drains people of a lot of things, like even like spirituality in a way. Like, a lot of people don't have the time to think like that because they have to be professional. They have to wake up to go to work at this time, get home at this time, and then have a few moments to chill and then sit down. Like, they don't actually have the time to explore,
like express themselves. Like, I feel like, even like, this is something that's like slowly been crossing my mind, is like, I've got like most of my like areas of life like quite nice and sorted out, and I understand where things are going and how things are evolving. But one thing that like I struggle with, in a sense, is like creativity, like expressing myself, creativity. Like, I don't draw, I don't write music, I don't have like a creative output. And that's one thing that I've tried to think about, like how to deal with, because I feel like you need to like express yourself.
I don't know, it depends on different people. Like, everyone has their own different ways of creatively, like, some people just creatively assess situations, some people chill creatively, like some people are good with their words, even like, so, like there's such random things that aren't like specifically art.
Like Alan Watts, like the way he speaks and the way he
that guy's an artist.
Things. Yeah, just
that guy's an
talks,
artist, but he's not an artist. He won't. I don't know if he drew or something. He might have actually, but like, also just, it's different forms of expression in a way. But I don't know, dude. Like, for me, I wasn't really creative, and then when I left school, I went to go study civil engineering, and that was a shit show. That was not for me at all.
Is it, eh?
But also, dude, when I was there, dude, I just started drawing, dude, because I was so fucking bored in class. That I started drawing, fucking around, just because I was literally bored. And eventually I was like, oh, there's something here. And then slowly, as I've unlocked it over the years, it has become something. But it has taken a lot of time to do that. Because, like, even for me, general communication was one thing I always had to learn or study.
Okay, so you battled with like communicating with people.
Like I can have my general situations, chill with friends, do this, but some like levels of communication, like with the amount of things I was processing at some points of my life, I could not communicate them at all. Like, it just became hard, and then I'd end up bottling up things because I don't want to try and explain this to someone, or I don't want to.
Like, and words, bro. Like, words, they're useless, bro. Like,
No, but the thing is, words are still good. You can still teach someone a lot with words, but they are just different forms of expression.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're trying to portray an idea to someone, who can, like, just because of the words, the actual idea can get lost, like, within.
Definitely.
Yeah, which is
definitely, because it's hard to explain something, especially summarize it when having a conversation.
Especially if it's not something normal, bro. If it's something like completely like brand new, like something you've never experienced before, now you're trying to relay this information to someone else who hasn't had that experience now, who doesn't know what you like, where you're coming from, and now you just need to put this idea onto them. Like, it can be very confusing. Very tough, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, so the ayahuasqueros, like in the Amazon, they still communicate with each other via dreams. And I feel like that could be a lot easier of a way to portray different ideas, or like explain things, if you can like speak to each other in a dream state. Like, then you're not.
I don't know. I can't say I've actively done that, but I do believe it's possible. Like, there is some things that I could say maybe, like going to like a training course in your dreams.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say maybe, but I don't know that clearly about something like that. But I do believe it is possible. The thing is, like, I believe it's also just some other realm. Like, when you dream, you are technically still there.
Yeah.
You can argue a whole bunch of things, like this is this, or that's imaginary, or this and that, but you are still there and you're experiencing things.
And it feels like it's real, bro.
Yeah. But it's also like, there's arguments of that being like brain processing. Like, if you have so much in a day, like if you look around this room, there's like pine cones here, and then there's like shelves on the wall, and then if you don't actually process those things, sometimes like you get to see symbols in your dreams.
Okay. From things that you subconsciously saw.
Yeah, it's just your mind catching up, your subconscious and your mind catching up to each other.
Okay.
So there's
that's
arguments
like a theory of what the dreaming is for. Do you think that like dreaming is important? But in my
personal opinion, I wouldn't say that's the case. Like, I'd say there's a lot we can do
that we just
as beings that we don't often lock into, but it takes time, studying, meditations.
Yeah.
Like, but also not like
that's one thing that you like showed me, bro. Like, when I was talking the once, it was a while back, about meditation, and you told me like the Western like idea of like meditation is like literally sitting, and you told me, you're like, I'm sitting here like with all you guys, and I'm in a form of meditation right now, because I'm being extremely conscious of all my movements. And that's another thing.
It's just like, for me, it's bringing myself to presence.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, some days I do feel myself pulling away, but most of my life I can exist within it, which is quite cool. It's just hard to maintain it. Like, it's not just a
present.
Woo! Yeah. Like, there is no like win that you suddenly walk away from, and you've got the sweet deal, and you can retire now.
No.
Like, but it is like, it's moving yourself like presently, like, and dealing with things presently.
And I think like if people could learn to be a whole lot more present, like, it would deal with so many issues that like today's society is dealing with. Like, everything from like depression, anxiety, just to.
But a lot of those like, also like holding on to the past, or this or that, or fears of the future, or.
But like, I've been there present, as well, bro.
Like, I've experienced a lot of those things as well before as well. Like,
definitely.
I'd say more depression though than anxiety or something, like, but that was a while back still. But also, just to learn how to navigate that is still a hard job.
Yeah.
Like,
it is quite tough, bro.
And you got to try like manage all of these different things going on, and then like just try to keep your mental state intact while you're trying to function in doing normal shit.
Yeah, and like, even just that can get very, very tough. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, they say like anxiety is when you're living in the future, and depression is when you're living in the past. So
something like that, even, dude. Because that's the thing, is like a lot of us start thinking, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that, or oh like this, or oh that, like, and then it starts taking up our present space as well. But that's the past.
Yeah.
Like, we can argue it in many ways, but sometimes like you're like, okay, fuck, I'm sorry, like, but sometimes some things just happen.
Yeah.
And real life doesn't really have the chances to be like, oh, can I get a redo?
Exactly. But we also like make it very hard on ourselves. I think like we
mm.
look into things and like you say, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that, and you can beat yourself up now for like the next week because you said something. Meanwhile, I didn't even hear
And
you
you
say
hurt
it,
just
bro.
because you hurt someone's feelings or something like that, or like
Exactly. And like
yeah,
it's all self harm, bro. It's like you're literally putting yourself through the worst just because like of your mental state you're living in that moment where you feel like you didn't do what you should have done, and it's just can
yeah.
get very very overwhelming.
But that's a weird thing I've found though. Is like with presence, the more I've worked to bring myself here, the more comfortable I am, and the more
Yeah.
clear I am with what I'm trying to say. I still obviously stumble on my words every now and then, but I am still like more comfortable with it
Yeah.
in a way.
I also feel like sometimes I'm talking and my mouth is like a few steps ahead of my brain or something. That's just like I don't know where I'm going with the
And you
conversation.
need to quickly do a redo, yeah.
And you're trying to
I
think
do
like,
feel like that sometimes as well.
yeah,
But also sometimes I do, like when someone brings something up, because I've looked into so many things from so many angles, my mind can wander off anywhere to any aspect of that conversation really quickly.
because you bring up like different points in conversations.
Yeah.
Like you'll be having conversation and you'll bring up a point that's like so far left. You're like, oh shit, like I literally didn't even think of that, bro. Like
Yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just whatever comes out. Like whatever information I presently access at the time was what I believe is necessary for that point of time.
yeah,
Yeah. But then, like, something like that, how would you view it?
like what?
General, like, spirituality and existence and, like, what's going on here?
Well, like so I was also like brought up in. So my dad was Catholic, my mom was Christian. So I was also brought up in like that household, like,
Mm.
and also like never really like took to it too much. I never really like had a need to or had a, like felt like I needed to or anything.
Mm.
And yeah, like growing up, like I was always want to say, oh, religion is just a money making scheme. Religion is just a money making scheme, which now I don't believe it is. There is definitely the part of it where
Yeah.
people make money, but I
No,
don't.
definitely. There's
Yeah,
some oaks that abuse their power or,
yeah. Like you see these churches and they like,
yeah.
yeah, crazy shit. But then, yeah, like, mm, so like I wasn't all too like familiar or like sure about what was happening like with religion, spirituality, anything like that, dude. And then like I had an incident where like I hurt my back, so like I herniated my my disc in my back.
Yeah, yeah,
So like that took your months and months and months, and it just wasn't getting better, dude. So eventually I went and I did ayahuasca for the sole purpose of fixing my back.
yeah.
Okay, so like I'd like done research about ayahuasca. I'd
Yeah.
met people that had done ayahuasca, and like they tell you how it changes your whole life. And
I had
like,
this like a similar experience with shrooms as well. Like I just took them the first time because I wanted to just see something through the different eyes.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So then, like I did this literally with the intention of fixing my back. And 3 weeks after like I'd done the ayahuasca, I did more healing than I had 9 months prior, seeing specialists, seeing like all these like people who should have known what they were doing and they couldn't help me at all.
Yeah.
Then I go and I'd literally drink some tea, have like a psychedelic experience, and 3 weeks after that, like it's almost gone, bro. So
Yeah.
it
But that's the thing is like mental state contributes a shit ton to
that's
these
all
things.
it was, dude. It was literally just my mental, bro. I was in such a like a bad, dark, negative space in my head, bro, and I didn't even know it, bro. Like I was going on day to day thinking, you know, this is my life and I'm happy with everything that is here, bro. But meanwhile I was arguing, I was constantly like upset, I was constantly frustrated, stressed out,
Yeah.
all of that, bro. But and that like literally like you said, that frame of mind was what was preventing me from healing. So it was no like fault to the doctors or the specialists and stuff for not healing me. They were looking at it as a physical thing and not as a mental thing. And that's when I realized like what we like are told and what we like meant to believe as growing up, bro. Like if you get sore, you go to a doctor, he'll give you painkillers, whatever. Like there's so much more to like actual things that happen and why your body is telling you certain things. Like if your body is like hurting so badly, it's trying to like send you a message in a way that something isn't
it is
right.
communicating.
It's not like I could have just been like, oh, I broke my back because I over exerted myself. Like I could just have that firm belief, or I could look deep and see that literally what prevented me from healing was a negative mind state. I did the ayahuasca. The ayahuasca completely changed my view on life, my view on everything. And like this, my back was fixed. It was literally me holding myself back, like in my mental.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously not fixed, but it's like it's repaired to the point where it's bearable.
Exactly, bro. Like I could not sleep, I could not do like anything, bro. And now, like I can literally do everyday stuff. I can run around, play sports. I can do what I need to do, bro. And it doesn't like it's not constantly there. So I've got like nerve damage down my leg, which I feel all the time. But it's not like it's preventing me from moving properly, preventing me from sleeping, preventing me from doing this like it used to. So, like I look at it like it's fixed, bro, because the amount of like shit and the amount of pain I had to deal with my back when it was like at its prime and like how it is now, like I see it as fixed, bro, because it's different world.
But then also with that, you have like somewhat lack of trust with doctors.
Not like
or is it
not trust, it's more faith, bro. I don't think they fully understand. I think even though they go and they study for 7 years and shit, it's all on the physical. And I mean, there's so much more to life than the physical, bro. Like the physical
I can 100% agree with
like
that.
hardly any of it, bro. So
because dude, even with me, like with my weird shit that I experienced, like I had a stage in my life where I wanted help and I had no idea where to look. But that's also more like the spiritual side, paranormal side, like that sort of thing. So like there is no general conversation you can go have with someone or a doctor or even a psychologist without being like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Exactly.
Or try and articulate what you're saying. Like, and just be like, I can't tell you like why this should happen, but I've seen some shit.
Yeah. Like, I can't exactly explain what it is, but like.
And that's also the problem with a lot of it is like, I found it's very hard to explain things that aren't like necessarily 3D words. Like, some of it is very confusing. Like energies or something like that. Like, there's certain things that I can sometimes feel that are a little, like even something in the room sometimes I can feel. Not there technically to a normal person, but I can feel like a space had something happen there.
So like with the crystals, bro, and like you said you could feel like one of my crystals, like you told me like, yo, this one's got like some power. Like to a normal person that'd look and be like, what do you mean this rock, bro? It's a rock. But you can actually feel like it's got energy, it's got something like coming from it. And like to try and explain that to someone is.
But that's the one nice thing I've found about spirituality as well. It explains a lot more. Because like even like with the paranormal stuff, I used to have this Christian lens. Because it's just what I grew up with. So I used to think that demons were chasing me, like literal demons.
Which from the Christian, that means you've done something bad or like.
I don't know what the fuck I did, dude. Like I was a little bit of an arsehole when I was younger, but nothing to deserve something like that. So I was just wondering, like, what the fuck is going on here? And, like, there is no answer.
Like, you found the answer within yourself.
Almost. Well, I had to go out to the world and explore things and realize, oh, it's just a thing that happens. It's not this, like, freaky. It is freaky, but it's not, like, not there, I'd say. Like, I'd say that I'll openly look at it as, like, a state of psychosis or this and that. But I still believe I saw what I saw.
But it's also important to be able to like you say, literally just look at it, even if it is something negative like psychosis, like to be able to sit there and identify it for what it is, bro. Like,
well, that's the thing is like I used to always sit there and be like, no, this isn't happening, fuck this isn't happening, and I used to freak out, and that did not help.
Not at all.
Because then things are just chasing you, like
because then you're running away from it.
But I don't know. There's one thing that I would say was bad. That fucked with me. Literally fucked with me. Like physically as well, but it didn't really exist in a physical form.
Okay.
But I saw it once in like it was just like this shadow with like a slim thin light around it.
Okay, so like its outline was like a little light,
so I could just see like definition of something there. And that one I saw. And then I saw another one once just go through my cupboard, just randomly when I woke up. And then, but like that's the thing is like, it's not that common of an occurrence. But maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I used to have heavy sleep paralysis.
Oh shit! All right.
Struggle sleeping. Like if I got an hour of sleep, I was lucky. Because every time I closed my eyes, shit would try to fuck with me, but not like I'm sleeping, like a literal instant. Like shit is fucking with me. Like,
you.
And it's weird. I don't know what the eyes did to, like, contribute to that, which is still a confusing one for me as well. Because I don't know how I could just do the normal things. Obviously, I was a little bit like psychologically fucked up, but I didn't know how I could still do normal things and then just close my eyes and then start fucking out.
Like the whole day it's fun, and now you want to go to sleep, and now it's like no.
Yeah. So it was also one of those things, and it's just not regular shit. Like, how do you go tell a doctor this shit?
You see, like without being told you're crazy and getting put in a nut house.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so that's why even with shrooms, I took shrooms just to look and see, okay, if something's going on. And after shrooms, I came to the conclusion that there's weird shit going on.
That we just don't see when we like.
Yeah. I just had to be in a state that wasn't normal, I guess. Because normal wasn't normal.
Yeah, what is normal?
So I had to, So I had to try get into something that just looked at something through a different perspective, and I was like, shit is very weird. This is glistening. That's this. I'd see the same things, but very differently.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's something like that. So, I don't know. So that contributed quite a bit. But also for my clarity, astral projection, definitely.
Okay.
Contributed a shit ton.
How so?
As in, it's like sober tripping.
Okay.
Like you get to go and experience weird things while dead sober. Like presence and consciousness, and like you have to stay active the whole time while you're doing it. Sort of a thing.
So how long did it take you to like learn how to do that?
I don't know. It's like 4 years. How to do it properly, but I had different experiences of it as well.
Okay, can you recreate like the same experience twice, or do you just do it and like things happen?
I used to do it, and I used to often get the rising one.
Okay.
Where you feel like you're rising and you're just floating off into whiteness, dude.
Alright.
But it's not actually floating, it's like moving. It's more like everything around you is maybe energized. So like the particles around you even are energized, and that's what's moving.
Yes. Okay.
It's not actually you, but you feel like you're moving through things. And then that happened many times. I can still get that one to this day if I wanted to, but I haven't done it in a while. And then once I managed to break through.
Okay.
And that was a whole nother experience as well.
Yo, that's insane, bro.
Yeah.
And now, like, what is like the procedure, like rough procedure, like that you go through to enter these states of like?
For that, it's literally just lying down until your body switches off.
Okay. So almost like a lucid dream type, like
yeah,
when you
some sort of a thing. Like, but it's working with REM cycles, because I've also studied a little bit of that on the side.
Okay.
Because that also somewhat contributes to like the psychological side of it. So I thought maybe I was lacking that.
All right.
But also like the REM side of it is basically, it's your body needing to fall asleep. Like, you know, when you're dreaming.
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking throw hands like while you in something.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to start walking around because you're walking around. So you gotta like lie there and literally chill until your body starts switching off. But this is where the presence and like consciousness comes in. Is you have to be there that whole time.
Okay.
And it can take anything from 15 minutes to like 2 hours or indefinite amounts of time. Like, I don't know how long I've sat there sometimes because I'm not actually paying attention to time.
Yeah.
But it took years of just sitting there and then experiencing different things and just writing it out, dude.
Okay. Was it like scary at any point?
Yes and no. It was more scary when I had to come to terms with a lot more things being true than I wanted to believe.
Yeah.
Because like that is now physically, like not physically, I wouldn't say it's physical, but it is moving through like space differently.
Yeah.
So
and that's also like something we're not taught about, but it can be such a good like coping mechanism. It can help you through so much stuff, but it's just not something that like is just easily relayed on us as people. Like if we're going through such shit and like you need to get to that place, like that is now helping you. Like you have to do that by yourself. That's like by your own like research by your own. It's not like someone's going to be like, oh, you've got this, okay, well then try like astral projection. Like no doctor's going to say,
well, that's the thing, is like, it's not really, I'm not saying try that as a thing, I'm just saying that like for me personally it worked.
Yeah, there are things
I've had weird things happen and I just needed to come to terms with the universe being weird.
Yeah, so like everything, the normal is weird. It's like the weird.
I just had to come to terms with that, because like I know there is some things that are a little bit outside the box. Like even with astral projection, I've looked at myself before. Like I've been outside of my own body looking at myself being like, what the fuck? And the weirdest part is my eyes were fucking out as well. Like I looked at myself and my eyes were literally rolling back. So I was looking at myself on the bed like, what the fuck? But it was comfortable and I walked away and carried on fucking doing shit. It was ridiculously comfortable.
So you like walked away from yourself basically, like you could do your...
Well, I wouldn't say walking, it's more like a...
Like moving.
Yeah, like it's not... There's no steps, I don't think. But it's weird. But that one I've only done once. That's the thing, is that was like my clearance point. Like I wanted to look into things, but then once I got there, I was like, okay, I'm happy with this. I can walk away.
Yeah, you've gained enough to know that like the shit that you're experiencing here is all right, bro.
Yeah, because the thing is like, it was weirdly comfortable, but I'll still do it again. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like there might be an addictive side to that.
Okay.
Of maybe trying to run away from the world. So I don't want to do that. Like I was born here, so I work here.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I can go do other things, but like...
Yeah, you won't be dealing with much, or like, dealing with much if every time you have an issue, you just go and like...
On an adventure somewhere. That's the thing, is like, it's not actually the adventure that sorted me out. It was the clarity within coming to terms with that shit being real.
Being possible, yeah.
Possible, yeah. So, it's weird. Like... But also, like, during all of that, like, I had a lot of mental issues when I was younger, and I had no idea who to go to. So that was eventually the ways I found out what was going on.
And that's why...
Like, I don't recommend them as ways, but they worked for me.
That's the thing, like it could come to a point where that is what...
But also, that also isn't the only contribution. There's also very dope people in my life that helped me through. Random experiences, just some random shit that some guy told me at one point that stuck with me forever. Like,
but you get those people that just come in your life for like a brief moment, and like you don't forget them, bro. Like they really, really help you like see things differently, or just put like a different thoughts or a different idea in your head, and like it sticks with you.
Well, that's the thing, is like, even in college I was going through like a hell or something, whatever the fuck that was. Like in my head, in fucking spiritual spaces, whatever the fuck it was, but it wasn't a normal space. And just general people helped me through it. Not even people that were necessarily my friends, just random conversations, just like seeing genuine people.
That's why it's so important just to be nice, bro. Like you don't
like
realize
that contributed more than actually any of the psychological, I mean the like astral projection and the shrooms and this and that. It's more just
having real people, that
general people, like genuine people being genuine people. Which contributed a lot.
It does. It helps. Like when, especially like you say, you're going through like hell, and you're just doubting everything, you're doubting everyone, and then like a complete rando comes in, and they're like, it does. It like just, it's like that rat. Like they put in the water and then it drowned, and they gave it hope, and then it could just swim forever, dude.
People have contributed more than I could even explain to them to my life. Like. Because, dude, there was some days where I was completely fucking out, and someone could save me through it, and it happened more than once. Like, I was fucking out all the time for years.
And people would help you through it, bro.
Yeah.
With, like, probably without
but not even with bringing it up, but just from being people, having a conversation, having a laugh, just, you know. But also, the weird thing I found is also, at some point, I had to separate myself from that.
Okay.
So it was also like, some point I was also just fucking out really hard, and I was like, you know what, I want to go to a fucking monastery. Like I was gonna literally go monk. Like, and I was just like, I need to get out of this shit. But then I sat down, I looked around, I was like, okay, I have responsibilities, I have this and that. I understand that some of the things you have to let go of, but there is certain things that I can't suddenly end up in Tibet or even in some random monastery. Like, it's not a magic trick, dude. Like so
thing, bro.
I just presently separated myself, and studied a lot.
Yeah. So like you think also like keeping your mind occupied with other things, like trying to figure out what's going on, you're keeping your mind occupied, and that's actually taking your mind like off of it.
Not really. Like it's more I understand what I'm thinking and doing now.
Okay.
A lot more.
So you've
Or
come
I
to
can
terms with it,
differentiate things,
basically.
or I can even be like, hey, that could have been psychosis. I don't fucking know. It was the other fucking couple years back. I don't fucking know what to tell you. Like, I can't answer some of the questions, but it has helped me go through, like, get through them.
Yeah.
But also, it's very useful, like, for general understanding of things in the world. Because, like, a lot of things, like, some science will come out and say, oh, this and this and this. And I'll be like, no, fuck you. It doesn't say this. Like, you can say I'm crazy, this and that, but, like, I've experienced things that science does not tell me.
Yeah.
Like,
but that probably something like pseudoscience would, bro. Like you could
yeah,
probably find more answer, but like you said, they don't want to, because with some of the stuff, like the new discoveries, it would have to rewrite everything that's been put down in like history books and
yeah,
things like that. And they're like, no, they'd rather just call it pseudoscience, push it to the back, and
yeah,
keep like this old school like idea of understanding everything and how it works, bro. And it's
yeah, definitely, dude. But that's the thing, is it's also confusing because, like, I can hardly even explain a lot of this shit because it's not necessarily physical. So how do you get anyone to measure this or explain this or be like, because, like, let's say I'm currently drunk and you sober. We in two different worlds, but we exist in the same place.
yeah,
Like the Oak's gonna be like, hey, this guy's drunk, but there could be, oh no, he's drunk because of this or that or that or that, or it could just be that you got so trashed you ended up in another dimension. Fuck knows. Like, like it's confusing, but like, cause people, like, there's things happening and you won't even see that in a person. Like, someone could be on shrooms right next to you, like in a fucking shop. You won't tell. That oak's just giggling while he's grabbing his groceries, dude. Like, so yeah, it's just odd to try and find a place for these things in reality as well.
yeah, or what we told reality is.
Yeah. But yeah. But that's the thing, is like the more I study it, the more I look where I'm comfortable, where I'm not. So now I have, I wouldn't say freedom to move, but I have a lot more control.
Yeah.
Because I've chosen to take control.
Yeah. And
through a lot of effort and hard work.
And it takes like, a while, bro. Like,
it's a fucking, it's years.
And the thing, like,
and I'm still not done. I still have fuck tons of work to do.
But will you ever be done, bro? Like, that's the thing. Do you think you'll be done?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, you, like you said, it takes like a shitload of work and like years and like studying but
you don't necessarily have to study. It's just, it's the way I find clarity.
Yeah.
In a way.
But now, before, like, I did ayahuasca, bro, I didn't even know that I was dealing with these issues, bro. Like, I didn't even know that, like, I had all this shit going on. And that was something that literally, like, supercharged that whole process that you're explaining. Like, those 4 years happened for me in 6 months, bro. But that's all because of the ayahuasca, bro. Because it literally opened
gave you
my
that
brain,
extra nudge,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, and like experiencing something like that, dude. And
that's why I'll still be an advocate for something like that. I've never done it.
Yeah.
But what I've heard, like, some people can fuck out, don't get me wrong, but some people can actually
definitely, bro. Like, it was
look at some things that might help them.
Yeah.
Or even shrooms. I think most people should take shrooms in their life.
Yeah.
Like, just once even.
Just
to see through those eyes and then walk away.
Yeah. Just
like,
so you don't have to know that this isn't it, bro. This isn't everything.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, it's not even that. It's more just experiencing it. Like, just be like, check this out. Like, but I also do believe, like, personally, I try find ways of meditation and things to access these states.
Instead of like.
But that's the thing, is also I'm also a lot open to these things, and like things that people might say are like abstract or like even chakras or something like that. I'm a lot more open to them because I can see that a lot more is going on. So I can start to differentiate where these things fit in and this and that, because I know it's no longer just this idea of something.
It goes a whole lot deeper.
Yeah. It's like saying, is the Illuminati real? I don't fucking know. But like if you met someone in the Illuminati, maybe you'd know. Like, but like that's one of those things. Like only when you know it's real, it leaves that realm of speculation, then you can be like, oh, okay.
Now that's open, yeah.
Yeah.
But until you've actually
and that's the thing is, things used to fuck with me before I knew that. So it's things that like take advantage in like rock bottom states.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think they actually have that much power, like at all.
Especially so if you're in a good place and these things happen, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. But
those
like I said, they take advantage of you in your
that's the thing states. Is like I don't know what they are or why they do that, but like
it could be a good thing though. Like imagine those things weren't there and you're like slowly becoming comfortable in that slump, bro. Like at rock bottom, you're like,
well, that's the thing, bro, is like if anything, I was thrown very heavily into the deep end, like ridiculously deep. But from finding a way to walk away from it, I'm fucking strong as fuck.
100%.
Like, yeah. And I can actually challenge these things now and be like, no.
Because
it's like a bird coming at you and it's gonna fucking go at your head. Like you don't have to be like, no. You can swat the thing, dude. Like, but it's just like mental things. So that's what confuses me. It's a lot of like thought and energies and things involved with it, which does leave the realm of I could be crazy, because it is like not explainable things.
Yeah.
But also, there are like weird physical aspects to it as well.
Such as?
Like sometimes I can see the ground breathing or something.
Okay, yeah.
Like you look down and you just see like, and I'd see like, yeah, like it's just a little bit more active. But that's just like general things that I see.
Yeah, that's just something that you like. You're able to like see. You're able to like. Which I mean, a lot of people don't.
That's the thing is, a lot of people would like to see some of these things. Like when I bring them up, people are like, "Oh, I want to see that," but like, I don't know. Like if you're in the right state of mind, I'd say go for it.
But at the wrong time, wrong place.
The wrong time, wrong place. It can fuck with you hard.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
not everyone has the strength to like look at it, accept it for what it is, and try and like work through it. Some people will just be way too like creeped out, bro, and like pull back.
Well, that's what I used to do when I was younger. I used to deny it, and then things would come and fuck with me and be like, ah. Then I'm sitting there like,
because you're denying they're real, but they're
not real. Yeah. Like, and it fucks with you more because it's messing with you then. Yeah, dude. Like, that shit I don't even know where to begin now to explain. And even like we're talking about with dreams. I've had dreams that I could swear I was in alternate realities. Like regular dreams, no dreams at all. Like it's so random sometimes that I can't actually pinpoint it anywhere.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I don't like dream all too much, bro. But do you think like dreaming is like important, like beneficial to your health? Do you think it's got like any
yes and no.
Okay.
Like, because I've had times where I've dreamed a lot and it was chilled, and sometimes that I haven't and it was chilled. So in my personal experience, I can say it's chilled. But I don't know. There is some things that like your body's not getting into deep enough sleep, or apparently weed even contributes to that.
That's what I've heard, dude. That it prevents you from entering REM, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. Like if I stop smoking, like ganja, and like a week down the line, bro, like I'll start having extremely vivid dreams.
They are vivid, yeah.
Like
also on my tolerance breaks, dude, you just got on like
like scared to sleep. It's just about to get insane, dude. Bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was even watching a Joe Rogan the once, and he was like with this sleep expert, and this guy was saying your body builds up a log of REM sleep, and if you miss out on the REM sleep, it actually builds up like how much you've missed out on.
Yeah.
And when your body's able to enter REM sleep again, if you've missed out, it will start forcing more, and that's why the dreams become more vivid. So if your body is like going through that much effort to like catalog how much REM sleep you haven't gotten, and it's going to ensure you get more if you've been missing out, then like I'm sure your body won't just waste energy like that for nothing, dude. Like everything in like nature is very, very conservative of energy. It's not just going to waste
like
energy.
In general, most beings won't waste energy.
Exactly.
So
that's why like it gets.
I don't know. Like for me personally, I feel like I can access it. But that also could just be me thinking something of something else. But like, even when I sleep in general, I feel like I'm probably a rock. Like, I don't have anyone being like, hey, fucking moving around. No.
Yeah.
So I can't actually tell you what happens, but I feel like I just doof doof because I wake up the same angle.
The same
like,
way, yeah.
So I just doof, dude. So I'm pretty sure my body switches off. Like,
completely,
yeah. But then I don't dream really. Or maybe I don't remember it. It's very faint. Like, extremely.
Like, you wake up and like, that was a crazy dream, and you're like, what dream?
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah. I have those randomly as well. Just when you're like, what was that? Fuck. And then try to sleep again and you're like, shit. Yeah. Some people can jump back into them, eh?
Apparently, bro, like some people can finish
crazy,
their dreams,
dude.
bro. Like, what?
Yeah, that would be cool, dude.
I can barely remember my dream. Yeah, you going back, sleeping, entering the same dream. Insane.
Yeah. But then that's also what confuses me to make like me think it could be another realm.
Like, if you can continue the same thing.
Yeah, how can you just continue that? Like, and I've heard people speak about it before, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Go and continue your dreams.
Yeah, because I think it's maybe just existence within another dimension. Because like I'm not a believer that our bodies are only form of existence right now.
Do you think it's like the
like
main
the
one?
thing is like I drive this thing.
Yeah.
Like if I have to put it bluntly, like
meat machine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the graft, but like me as a being exists way more than this thing.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like
so maybe dreaming is like a way to like access a different
more,
way, yeah, like a different.
But that's
realm,
the thing is like I believe it's just like we are like the active controllers of these things, and this is just the state in which they are being projected or shown. So then this is what we'd see. Because like even let's say a blind person, they won't see a person ever, but they can feel different things in a room.
Yeah.
Like just their way of interpreting reality changes. And different faculties start to boost because certain ones are lacking and different ones are.
So their hearing and their smell and all that. Yeah. But I even saw this one thing, I can't remember where it was, but it was like this place that like they take blind people in and they like help them to like see, like not see like normal people see, but like after like 2 months of being at this camp, like this blind person can stand, they can have like a blue, an orange, and a yellow board in front of them, and they can tell you which board is which color, but they're blind.
How blind though?
Blind, bro. Like they can't,
zero
like
vision.
cannot see
because you
anything,
get different
bro.
like versions of blind where you get like 20-30%.
I think it was on Goop Lab even, bro. I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Because that's trippy, dude.
Like,
because how would you differentiate a space that you cannot even see unless it's emitting some other
like even like echolocation? How can you get this color?
That's the thing is that what signal is it emitting that you can pick that up on that other spectrum or whatever you're accessing?
I'll try and find out what it was, bro. And I'll let you see it, bro, because it was. I was watching this. I was like, "There's no ways, bro." Like, and some crazy stuff, bro. Like that people are actually capable of, but we just become so complacent and so like comfortable. We don't try and explore these new things. We don't try and see what we can all do, like how far we can push ourselves.
The thing is, a lot of them are weird. Like I was thrown into pushing myself from being in a shitty place. So like, I don't know if it's like if you're very comfortable with life, you might just get used to not having to push towards something like hectic or way out the box. Like, so I don't know. I think comfortability. I don't say it would necessarily stagnate someone because being comfortable isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
But there is some points where.
Yeah, being comfortable isn't being stagnant.
People try to switch off because they see a wall that they're like, okay, this wall, and then they switch off. And if you just went around it, there was probably nothing much.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Mac Miller even says like, I looked in the distance and I saw a mountain, and when I got there, I realized it was just a pile of rocks.
Yeah. But even that, it's just perception differences, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at the ground when you're on shrooms or something, you spend so much more time like individually looking at things. Like you'd see a little blade of grass and you'd be like, holy fucking shit. Like also that's the weird thing about photography now. Because I've also like just from forcing myself in a way because I have to, I start to study places a lot more clearly, like the lighting, the wind, what's affecting this, what colors are there, what's that in the background, what's like, so I can see like things in extreme layers.
Yeah, but even like you'll go and you'll like take a photo of something, like you'll have to get close onto the ground and you'll take a photo of something small, but just so you can use it as a background and it looks like a whole forest behind them. Meanwhile, it's literally a picture of something like this big, bro. So you have to see things in trippy, a different way.
Like also for stop motion, I wanted to do some stop motion animations at the time. And I was using backgrounds just of the ground, dude.
Okay.
The tiny rocks and shit can look like mountains, dude. And sand things, and it's crazy how little things can do that.
Yeah.
Like, very trippy. That's why I also think Mars is somewhat faked.
Okay.
Because, dude, like, even there around the pool, dude, we've got this, like, rock art. But not like art, but it's just like that colored rock.
Yeah.
Like that browny rock. Yeah. Like that African vibe. With like min detail, like just some, like, crack lines, like, looking things. But, like, that stuff, if you take a picture of that, it looks like Mars.
Oh shit!
So and like, I'll show you a photo even, dude. Like, I can make that look like Mars pictures, and then I'm just like,
been to Mars, bro.
I don't know how real this shit is, dude.
Yeah.
Cause
that is a trippy thought, like going to Mars, bro. Like you see how far it is, like how much. It's just like how do you even angle it right? Like how do you know you're going to Mars, bro? Like there's no GPS with Mars on it, bro. So how do you even know you're going to the right place?
Find location.
Yeah.
You're in space, dog. Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude. Elon Musk apparently has the answers, but we'll see.
Elon Musk's a crazy character, that man.
Yeah. Well, now he's even saying that people are going to die on the way to Mars, which is somewhat obvious. Like, I'm surprised the Oaks didn't die when they did the moon mission. Like, still speculative of that.
Yeah.
But they passed through that Van Allen radiation belt.
Okay.
Which pretty much will fuck you up a bit. Like, you'll get some radiation poisoning.
Okay.
If a human goes through that.
Yeah.
Like, there's arguments that it could kill a person. Which means they could have gone through. They couldn't have gone through there. But then, like, if anything, like most of those astronauts that came back, you can't even ask questions or trust anything they say. Like Buzz Aldrin.
You don't know how much they're being paid just to say stuff.
No, it's not even getting paid. It's that Oak could have a mental problem from hitting a fucking Van Allen belt and having some radiation things.
Oh, yo, bro.
Like, that's the thing, is it's not necessarily a guy that's like there could have been anything that you could make this guy no longer like viable for information. So it is a weird one to look at. And then if you're going out into Mars, who knows what kind of radiations and belts and
you passing through to get there.
We don't know what that shit is.
No, we don't even know if we know about the shit that's all out there.
Yeah, they've sent probes, but who the fuck knows what that probe is studying?
Yeah.
The probe could literally be like, go. Fucking go, and then the thrusters are working, and it's like, yes. Like,
doesn't realize that there's like, these bolts and shit that it's going through.
Because it's not a human that's gonna be like, fuck.
That was cold, that was this, that was, it's just like, go, bro, thrusters.
Yeah. Because there is random things where I'm sure there is different, like, like radiation and different, like, effects on people. Like, just, space can't just be empty.
Yeah. It can't be everything we know of now, bro. Like, it can't just be the finite things that we know about, and that's everything that's out there, bro. Like,
yeah. But then even like now, there's a lot of off-world vehicles that they're talking about in the news. Yeah.
Off-world vehicles.
Yeah. So I don't even know what to say about those. The thing is, dude, I was a full-on flat earther at this stage. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
The thing is, like, I wasn't, but then I was like, how can I be a round earther? Like, no one can prove to me it's actually round. Like, people can prove it, but they can't actually prove it.
Yeah. Until you put me in a fucking rocket.
One day, one guy just sat there with a dolly, or like a little jib, and he went to this one, Tsitsikamma River, or whatever it is, long ass name, dude.
Yeah.
And it's a long enough river that it can actually pick up the curvature of the earth.
Okay.
So like logically, if you look that far over a span in the distance, the Earth will curve.
Yeah.
So what this guy did is he just put the camera there and he dropped it. And when it went down, you can literally see the building in the back, like fall into the back, like this.
Okay.
So for me, that proved curvature. And then I was like, that's a good answer. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah.
Like, but before that, Oaks were just telling random shit. And I was like,
it's not viable enough for me to like base my opinion on that.
I can't lock this on, dude. Yeah. And I can't have like fucking Felix Baumgartner going in space. And you look at the video footage, and all of a sudden, at one point, he's in a different spacecraft with a different labeling.
Oh shit!
So you're like, okay, did they lose footage somewhere, and they had to try to replace it, or is the whole thing faked?
Yeah. You see, now you don't know. Like,
yeah. Also, a lot of the space things, dude. Is it real? Like, as an animator, I can tell you, there's some noobs that could possibly make some things that are crazy. Never mind someone who sat there for fucking years.
Yeah.
And makes avatars and shit, dude.
Exactly, bro. Like Avatar looks more real than the moon landing, bro.
Yeah. But then you got to be like Elon Musk and say, what?
It's so fake, it has to be real. Yeah. Looks so fake, it has to be real.
What kind of logic is that, dude? Like,
that was the Tesla in space, eh?
Yeah.
Looks so fake, it has to be real.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, I have odd questions about that. All. Like, how far space goes. If when you leave here, is it like an alternate dimension? Like, what's actually going on? Like, because I don't, also, like, once again, I don't know the answers to look at these things.
I think they try and explain it in Interstellar, but yes, bro, that movie always messes my brain up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I have, like, aneurysms watching that thing, bro.
Yeah.
It's like...
It is a little bit trippy, dude. But that's also, like, just different gravitational things happening on different planets in a way. So, like, that's when they have, like, they walk up to their homie on the one ship and they've been outside for like 30 years and like Oak's like Matthew McConaughey and he's looking good, young, like chilling. This other Oak's a grandpa, dude, because time was so different within that space that they're experiencing. So that was somewhat like an intro to explaining like space. I wouldn't say gravity because I don't even specifically believe in gravity. Like I know things drop, but I think there's other forces that could exist.
So you don't think it's the weight of the Earth that has like a pull? Wasn't that gravity? It's because of the mass of the Earth that it has like a pull.
So like I don't even know how to explain it. I don't think anyone can. That's also my problem.
Like you can't explain it, bro. Yeah.
They can say no, there's gravity, and then it's like, what is it? And they're like, well, gravity is a little bit like this and this and this, and you're like, but what is it? And they're like,
exactly. Like I said, like what I understand about gravity is because the mass of the Earth is so much, it has to be pulling. But why?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be pulling on everything that's around it? Like they don't explain it fully.
Yeah. But I guess, like, if you think of it like something like being deep in the ocean even, like if you go to a certain, like, distance, there's a certain amount of pressure if you go low. And that pressure will compress you into a fucking...
a tennis ball eventually.
Yeah. So, it's arguable. But also it could be like centrifugal force from us rotating. It could be anything that's holding us on here.
Yeah.
We could be completely, like, energetic beings that are held to the pole by our cords or whatever they're called.
There we go.
Like, so it could be fucking anything. Well, not the poles, the center.
Yeah. Well, the Earth is a magnet, bro. I mean, if it has two poles and it's basically a massive magnet.
Yeah.
Some crazy things like, I don't know that you didn't fully believe in gravity though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And now I'm not sure I do either. That's the problem.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I can't really explain that right now. But, I don't know. Most of the things I've looked into, I haven't found a clear enough answer to walk away with. As, like, a concept.
Yeah. Because, like you say, like, it has to completely make sense to you. It's not like...
No, but like that guy. It's simple. You just got a camera and you went... and it was round. Cool, that's round.
There we go.
Straightforward. Done. Like... Don't bullshit anyone here and there. Don't try to put it in fancy words.
That's
just it is. Like that's the difference though. Like some things are hard to prove in that form as well. Even me, I don't even know how to prove some things in that form. So it's odd that I have that as my sorting system for like what's factual and what's not.
But it's not like bad, like it's better than just...
Well, the thing is I have to somewhat look around because in 2021, it's in general, you need to have a fact-checking system of your own.
Most definitely.
Because
bro.
now
There's just so much bullshit from every direction, bro.
Well, let's say even a huge example now is the COVID lab leak.
Okay.
So remember at the beginning of COVID, they're like, it came from a lab in China, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, that's racist, this and that. No, you can't say that. It's not coming from the lab. It's not man-made. It's this and that. But now, it's becoming one of the viable options that it came from a lab, if not nearly proven. But fucking Facebook shut it down, Twitter shut it down. All these people are like, no, that's conspiracy.
Exactly.
But the rest was us just talking around in circles about bullshit while this thing came from a lab.
Exactly, bro.
Like so I don't know, dude. Like just something like that though, and it's also like selective media. Like Oaks would pick a side. Like even CNN or something got in shit for that one leak of that one guy saying with Donald Trump, all they wanted to do was run him down. Like they weren't going to take anything of his like as actual information, or they were going to try to twist words here and there because it was their job to make him look bad.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like Facebook as well. Apparently they did that with Hillary Clinton or something. Like they just put all the negative shit about her and all the positive shit about
and it'll show up on the top of the page.
Exactly, bro. So
yeah.
But social media is it's another thing, dude. I personally think it was like it's almost a step in the wrong direction, bro. It's like
it's fucking up a lot of people because there's now communication barriers of Oaks not knowing what's going on, people not knowing how to communicate with each other anymore.
Yeah, like we could be right here, but on our phones and have no communication skills, bro.
Like body image and self-image things as well.
Yeah,
from things being able to look so fancy from lighting or this or that, or
it's crazy, dude. Like,
and your phone has a brand new filter that makes your cheek smaller, and then people freak out.
Yeah,
like,
and you don't realize how much literally different lighting can make you look so different. And now you're looking at these people and you're not understanding why you can't look like that. You know, it's just the lighting, bro. It's not even. And
also money. And if it's not money, they've got some nice filters on their phone. Snapchat can literally turn you into a pig.
Yeah.
Like, like literally, it can literally turn you.
But Snapchat was even putting masks on us before COVID. Don't you think that's weird, bro? Like there was literally the mask filters.
Dude, I didn't like Snapchat at the beginning because I felt like it was forcibly running a facial recognition system on myself, and I'm putting myself now into.
That's why I didn't do the avatar thing on Facebook either. I felt like it was gonna make a fake version of me for when I die that they could represent me.
Savages, dude.
No,
fuck those guys, dude. Yeah, no, but that's the thing is like. The thing that I saw at the time though that like freaked me out in that aspect was I was watching this thing about Shenzhen.
Okay.
In China.
Yeah.
Which is like literally you walk around and if you jaywalk on the road, you get a message on your phone saying, hey, you jaywalked. Because there's so much facial recognition everywhere that it just knows where you are.
Yeah. So you could do anything, bro. Yeah. Like they know exactly who you are, then
everything.
Because I saw something like that in China as well. Like if you go across the road or you do something fucked up, then they take a photo of you and they put it there, like on a big display by the road. Like, this guy doesn't know how to walk across the road.
Like, but that's the thing is it's also like it's running your face to be like obviously by now probably all of our faces have been tracked.
Yeah.
Like if Snapchat can do what it's doing already with those geometry based things, like we have to call it a day and be like
and all your phones like with the facial recognition and stuff like that's literally it, bro. Like it is.
Hey, I've just got my old shitty Hawaii. Try to catch me on this thing. No, I'm kidding. The thing already spies on me.
Is it, even this one?
Yeah, arguably, yeah.
Okay.
But I've had times where I've turned on my phone and it just says like a call. Like it has a picture saying a call's going on and a timer, but no one. Like no name, knows anything. It just says there's something like a call is on.
Yes. Was he listening to you chat?
Yeah, dude, it's weird. Like, but that at least Hawaii, they like it's a known thing that they spy on you, dude.
Yeah.
If one of the other phones, dude, I'll be like, "Fuck you! What is this, dude?" Like,
wow, it's like
I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying at least that they like I'm warned about it. So it's something that comes with the phone. But a lot of people don't get a lot of warnings for a lot of these things as well. Because it's suddenly like, especially what is that movie? Jexy? Have you seen that?
No, I don't.
It's with that Adam DeMamp dude.
No.
From Workaholics, dude.
I don't think so, no.
It's basically about a phone that starts to like, it's like an AR phone that starts to take over, but it's also just a whole thing about technology and how fucked up it is. The whole movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No, it's a very good movie.
On Netflix. Not sure.
I don't know. Should be. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll find it. Sounds sick.
But it's also like an interaction with the world, cell phones, this and that, and just how powerful and fucked up these things are.
So you like, are you one for or against like AR and all that shit?
The problem is it's like a lot of things in the world. Like it can be used for a lot of good, but also it can be used for a lot
but
of
we have
evil.
a lot of dumbasses in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like if we can find something that's clean enough to just run, like dude, like money is technically artificial intelligence that we all worship as humans.
Yeah.
Like
I can agree with that.
like it's all this thing that's centralized that creates movements and changes movements of people. So it is technically artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's been running for the last 100 years or so. It's just not a robot, but like there's things that aren't real that are intelligent structures or systems
that control people and things. And
yeah. But that's also the hard part about breaking it down now. Because there's a lot of things now, like even with Black Lives Matter, like figuring out where the system fucked up and how to clean it up. But also like it's a very confusing one. Like now there's some places where they said ban the police, where people want police because now there's rowdy shit going on.
Yeah.
But also there was arguably rowdy shit before the police got there.
But that's also like comes down to expecting one person to be able to control millions of people, bro.
Stupid.
Like,
the idea is stupid.
Yeah.
In general, I think we should be a lot more community based.
Definitely.
The East Rand, I think, has 3.2 million people inside it. It's a ridiculous number already. So, like, that's already enough. You should have a president for this area.
And if you tell someone you want a president for the East Rand, they'll be like, no, man.
By the community to speak on their behalf or take action
like
on
that's
their
what
behalf.
it's meant to be, though. Like that's what the president is meant to be. Meanwhile,
but now
we get told what we must do. Bro.
No, but now we're just told we get the right to vote, but we vote for two twats that they put up in front of us.
Exactly, bro. And if you don't vote, then it goes to those people anyway. So they are always going to fucking win. Bro.
And the problem is, even like some people would want to become president or something, and they'd end up like going into politics and ending up in a space where they can't even do anything. Like, let's say you wanted to help in the world. You think, I'll be president.
That will help.
Obviously, like you're a fucking president. But turns out those oaks don't have as much
even
power as they pretend to be told to have.
Bro.
They have advisors, they have this oak here. It is also to keep like dictatorships at bay. To like not give someone that much control.
Yeah.
But like, what does someone do if they want to change something? You can't suddenly pass legislation. You can't suddenly just
and it all boiled down to there's just too many people, bro, because you can't have one ideal scenario that's going to suit everyone, bro. Like,
no,
not even in a room of 100 people can you
can't even do that
bro.
in a regular work office.
Exactly, straight up, like, bro. And now you're going to try and do that literally to billions of people, bro. Like,
it doesn't work.
There's no wonder why shit's fucking up.
I think that's why there's so many like irregularities in the way we function. Because we're working on something from like the 1800s that worked back then, and now there's way too much of us to even like stick to that system. It's stupid. Like even money and cryptos now, like cryptos are at least a slightly more promising example because of the green option.
Yeah,
because money is still fucking up trees. It still has to be shipped. There's still ATM robberies. There's still like obviously Bitcoin doesn't eliminate those, but or something, but at least it's an option. At least people are openly looking at options besides that shit.
Yeah, so like slowly things are starting to like progress into like an hour age thing, bro, because cash also, like cash money it's old, bro. It's ancient. It's like they can't expect it to like still hold its value. If you look at it like a chart of the US dollar from like the 1800s or like from even 1900s, bro. It's just straight down, bro. Like it's just down, down, down. There's no upside of it, bro. Now you're expecting what is going to happen that's going to cause currencies to just switch up and now they're going to gain value again. There's nothing, bro.
Yeah. If anything, they just have more likelihood of dropping.
Exactly, bro.
Which is scary.
That's why, like, maybe something like cryptos and altcoins and all of that, it could be, like, it could help, bro.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is it also has, like, a more realistic or measurable structure. It's not like diamonds where they say, like, let's control the market and make diamonds worth this much or money or something.
By keeping 80% of them locked up in a vault so they don't exist, bro.
Yeah.
To keep the rarity up, exactly, bro.
Yeah. So it's an actual, like, thing, because I think, like, as beings, we still have to find a way to trade energy. Because we are still energetic beings. We still have to help each other. Like, this house wouldn't be here unless there was a builder here. Or this painting wouldn't be here unless
someone put in the work
put it together. Yeah. Like, or printed it. I made that. But like, but like printing it even is like a long process, which is like, if someone didn't do that, this thing would not exist.
Yeah.
Like, straightforward as that.
So what do you think, like, the best investment of your energy is then? Like, on your everyday life, like, where can you try and invest most of your energy to ensure that, like, you're doing it right, you're not wasting the energy you're using?
Oof. That's a heavy question.
I'll say love, bro.
Love, yes.
I'll say if you can, like, everything you do through love, bro. Like, you'll never regret it, bro. Like, even if people do you wrong and you do things out of love and it flips upside down, bro. Like, at the end of the day, at least you know why you were there. You knew you, like, had the best intentions. You like, had integrity in doing what you're doing, bro. So
I'd say that, yeah, that is a very good answer. Because, like, even, like, I'd say positive thinking as well, but it's also more like dedicated movement.
Because the person who did this did it because they love it, bro. The person who built this house probably built, okay, maybe not this house because of how things have gone, but like at the beginning, like, someone built a house, like a father built the house for his family because he loved his family. So it was done out of love, bro. Like, everything that is made.
Community did it because they were contributing to their community to do their thing.
So I think things done out of love will always just prosper, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because it is one of those things that can exist everywhere. Like, just the will to try and be there for someone or help someone.
But, like, there's so much. That's another thing, like, with, like, social media that I've noticed, bro. Like, they make it, like, almost not okay, like, almost cool, bro. Like, to be, like, depressed, bro. So now they're gonna make, like, memes and stuff about depression, and now people are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna post this meme because it's funny, but it's about depression. Now I've got depression, and I'm making jokes about my depression. I'm not dealing with my depression. Yeah. And I feel like social media also, like, it doesn't help people deal with it. It just makes it seem like it's okay the whole time.
I don't know, dude. Like, I randomly just got on Instagram and I found someone who posted something very dope, and I'm like, fire, that's fucking fire. Like, but sometimes it is just irritating. But the thing is, it can be used for so much more good.
Well, like, my Facebook page, bro, like, if you go on that, bro, like, it's literally just filled with, like, different quotes, different things, like,
but
things that I felt like I could have used at a certain point in my life. So the one thing might be about losing someone. Recently I haven't lost anyone in my life, but I feel like at a time that quote could have helped me through something. So I just throw those things out the whole time, because maybe just not someone else who's going through similar stuff, they see it, and there we go, and I've helped them just a little bit, bro. So that's like how I try and use my social media, bro. Like, it's not really about me, it's like trying to help other people,
just trying to share some dope things, dude. But that's the thing, is if you don't use it abusively, it's actually a very useful tool for
definitely
connecting. But the problem is now, all these fake lives bullshit, the fanciest photo from the event you went to with some very nice written caption.
Exactly, bro.
Like, so it also makes people forget a lot about real life sometimes.
Definitely, bro. Like they
could get caught up in the facade of this
Yeah, because they look
social
on
media
their
thing
on their
because they're like, oh,
Instagram,
I'm the shit.
like their relationship on Instagram looks
Yeah.
tops, but they don't even talk to their girlfriend, but they stay in the relationship because, hey, look how many likes this picture
And the
has got,
problem is,
bro.
some people will look at that and they'll get jealous, or like, I'm not saying it's a good thing to be jealous or whatever, but it happens.
Yeah,
Like, so someone will look at that and be like, "Fuck, I wish I had that," and they'll start feeling bad about their life or something.
meanwhile they've got a
person's
more
bullshitting you.
meaningful connection with their next neighbor than that person does with his girlfriend, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That's one thing Siege helped me with, bro.
Oh,
like,
dude, dogs are champions.
Dude, like, you literally, you don't need anyone, bro. Like, if you can have a dog, bro, like, you're so fine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what mood you're in, no matter what, like, energy you putting off, if I come home and I'm like fucking angry because this or that or whatever, as soon as Siege sees me, bro, it's just a bundle of joy, and I can't help but feel like happy and good, bro. But like with people, it's like if I have a shit day and I come home and I see someone and they're not doing something, like, then my mood's made even worse, bro. But with a dog, like, it's just,
that's also the thing, is like, it's a two-way street of like unconditional love with the doggo.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, and it does its thing. Like, but even with Shrek, dude, that homie's bit me before, but also just by accident.
Yeah.
Like, he was a dog that was a wolf dog for 12 years of his life, just fucking running around in a massive garden.
Now he's gonna be confined.
And then when my parents moved to Durban, his space got a little bit smaller, but luckily he's got plenty of running space.
Yeah, he's still got a nice amount of space. Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I need to take this homies like for walks then, dude.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to take him down the street and shit. Dude, I try to put a chain on him because he needs a choke chain. He's a fucking...
He's a big dog.
He's a
bro.
beast.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is I can't let him run out and maul someone.
Exactly.
Like, like, or another dog or whatever. Like, anything can happen. He's a wild dog. He's been inside most of the time.
It doesn't matter how well behaved that other dog is or who that person. Like, you know your dog. Bro.
So I had to try to be like, okay, I'm gonna need a choke chain for this, and then collar. I put the choke chain on, and he just freaks out.
Okay.
He doesn't like it at all. He ended up putting his paw through it and getting stuck.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So this dog is freaking out now. And then I had to be like, okay, fuck, now I've got to take this thing off. But he latched onto my leg while I was taking it off.
Oh shit. So then, like, you can't like be.
But that's the thing, is I can't be angry at him. But also, he's randomly lost his shit as well. Like, come close.
But they're animals.
But
like,
that's
at the
the
end
thing,
of the day,
is like he is like that. But most of the time, he's very loving and peaceful.
Yeah.
It's just there's some situations but that was also like one caused by me. That ended up in that situation, so I can't ever blame him for that. But he's also just like nipped someone also on the way into the house.
Just random.
Yeah. So like.
But it's also like you can't speak to the dog. You can't find out if the dog's having a shit day. Yeah. You can't see like what's going on in the dog's head. It could be anything. Bro. Yeah.
But that's the thing, is like you just realize, hey, this thing's a dog. Didn't mean to do what it did.
Exactly. Yeah.
It'll carry on living its life chilling.
Like if a cat knocks something over, bro. Like as expensive as that thing was, bro, there's no ways the cat like knocked it over on purpose. So how are you gonna go and be mad because of a monetary value of something that gives you unconditional love? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Bro. But that's also like a lot of people worry a lot about their possessions. The thing is, a lot of people would like them to keep value.
Because they think it adds value to them, bro. That's the thing.
Well, not really. It's also like if you're living a life, if you want to sell something you have, or your TV or something, or your phone or something, it's good to look after it in general.
Yeah.
But then there is some people who just fall in love with possessions, and it's the strangest thing.
Dude, but that was me, bro. Before the ayahuasca, dude, like I had a job where I was earning like a decent amount, and like things were going well, bro, and like all I wanted was a nice fast car, bro. And I went and I put myself in a shit situation by the end of every month just because I wanted this car, bro.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it was, bro. Like the material that I thought was gonna make me happy actually ended up causing me so much stress and heartache and everything at the end of every fucking month.
Well, that's the thing, is it's fun to drive the car, but then when you think about the maths behind getting that car, it's a lot of maths.
Exactly.
Like,
it's not an installment and insurance and petrol. It's still so much more than even that.
After a stage, dude, you could have a little fucked up little bubble car. Those little.
Well, I'm happier now, bro. Like on my scoot, bro.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I'm spending less than everyone on petrol, bro. I'm like, I'm happy.
That's the thing, is you could have any car, and eventually you're gonna realize it's a car. Yeah. You think that guy in the Ferrari, after having it for a year, gets in that car and he's like, "Fuck yeah!"
He still says no. Never,
no,
bro.
he's getting in the car, he's going to work, or he's going to.
And that's
like anyone is doing the same thing. You're getting in your thing and you're going somewhere. That's what it
like
is.
it's just
That's
used
what its
to
purpose
get you
is.
to a place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. And that's why, like, going back to like putting your energy into love instead of like other things, or like that's the best use of your energy. Because if I go and I drive past a building that I drive past almost every day, and I see someone outside there,
Yeah.
and I go and I give them, like, I decide, you know what, today I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shop a whole lot,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna like give this person a whole lot of like food and stuff. Cool, did that out of love, bro. Now every time I drive past that building, bro, like, yeah, almost every time, I'm gonna look there and I'm gonna think of the time that I helped that person out for no reason, just because I could help them out, and it's gonna make me feel good inside. No matter if it's a week later or 2 years later or even 10 years later, like, I'll still get that little bit of a good feeling inside thinking of how I helped that person.
Just because you had a moment.
Exactly. But now I'm going to go and work so hard for this Ferrari, and 6 months down the line, Ferrari release a new Ferrari, and now I'm like, yo, I wanted this car so badly and now I want something else.
Yeah.
You don't get that.
Well,
with
that's
love,
the thing
bro.
with phones, dude. I see a lot of people do that with phones.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got the iPhone, whatever the fuck number it's on now. like, and then Oaks will carry on and be like, no, I've got the new iPhone, and the only way you can tell is from the fucking cameras.
Literally, bro.
Like only
if you know your shit, even then by the cameras.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've got no hope, bro.
Well, also it's the thing is, it's not actually like much changing.
Yeah.
Phone is a phone. You pick
Dude,
it up,
from
you
the
make calls, you
iPhone
go on
like
WhatsApp.
6, it's like the same thing, bro. Like,
Minus earphone jack.
minus earphone jack, yeah.
Yeah. But then you just get earpods because it's also expected for you to have a
There we
Barney
go,
lifestyle
bro.
with these things.
Because now
If
you
have
got
an
the iPhone 12.
It's not
bro.
cheap. It's a 20, 30 to fucking 50 grand piece of equipment. It's not a joke.
So how are you going to be using cables in your earphones? No, man. Now you have to go and get AirPods as well. Yeah, nah.
But that's the thing, is like there is some things that cost a lot more than people would like them to cost after you buy it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a place where most businesses actually make their money, bro. It's not off their product.
Upselling. Yeah. No, it's a thing. Upselling is a definite thing. It's taught in sales. Like, it's part of it, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why they'll never release, they'll always release like the iPhone X, like the iPhone 10, and then they'll give it 3-4 months, and then the newest one, like the better one, will come out with like more features than the iPhone. But now I just went and I spent so much money on the iPhone 10, and now you got the iPhone 10.1, and it's got like a few better things, but now I'm still having to pay the 100% price range. Like,
but cars are like that as well. You can get your brand new Polo off the shelf.
Bro.
You drive that thing, my man. In a year's time, there's new technology in cars that makes yours less value. They say your resale value is so much when you buy it.
No.
But
that's just to get you to buy it.
That's the thing, is how much of it is a sales pitch?
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah. But it's also like with things. Like, I think a clear example to society should be every rich person is not happy.
Literally, dude. Like
fucking all of these rich people, they're always doing other shit or this shit and this shit, and they're like, why? It's like, no, because like even Dan Bilzerian, like, money couldn't buy me anything anymore. As much as his money was bullshit, he still had access to money of that extent. So,
and you could see he was never content, bro. Even with all that money, he was always out trying to do something new. Like, he was never content, bro. So like,
but he even said, like, he used to go out and get one small fucking piece of chow, and he's like, yes, this is the greatest. Now he'd go to a 5-star restaurant and be like, my chef does better at home.
You see, bro.
Like, what kind of money do you want to start taking away experiences, like the natural part of experiences?
Yeah. Like when you go to a restaurant, like a Hussar grill or something, bro, and there's like a steak there for 400 rand. Like, you're going to think like, yo, one day I'm going to get that steak and I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it, bro. But if every time you go to a restaurant, it's that same steak, bro, like, it's going to be...
You're going to get bored. It's like anything, though.
Literally, bro.
But that's the thing, is also like, if you just presently interact with something, you can eliminate a lot of that. It's only because people are thinking about the next thing, or their thing's not good enough. So that's again,
it comes back to being present, bro.
It's just people thinking about things in different terms instead of just using it for whatever the fuck its purpose for.
Yeah.
This thing, it makes calls. Goes on WhatsApp, I can look at some cool shit around the world. Cool.
Yeah.
That's its purpose.
Like you can look out and see all the shit you don't have, and I'm sorry, but if someone had to take away all the shit you do have right now,
Yeah.
you'd be hella upset. But you're still upset that you don't have all this other stuff. Like, bro, pick a side, bro. Be happy with what you got and slowly try and acquire these other things, because you can't be unhappy that you don't have all this other stuff, but you've got stuff. But if that stuff gets taken away, you're going to be mal anyway, bro. Like,
well, that's the thing is also with those companies and things that create these things, there is trends, there is things that they actively try to get people involved with to make them buy these things. And the thing is, this is back to the, at what point do you have to buy something before you lose interest in it completely?
Yeah.
Like, but money is one of those weird things. But
I wish it was easier to lose interest in things before you buy them. That would make life so much fucking easier, bro. Like, yo.
But even with like Amazon and shit now, people buy the stupidest shit. It arrives, they're like, woo, for a day, and then they're like, it chills in the cupboard.
Yeah, never to be seen again, bro.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
it's just advertising, bro. They know how to like get you
catch
to want
people,
stuff, bro.
They know, but that's the thing is also with algorithms on the computer now and shit as well. It's reading different behaviors.
Like it knows you better.
Like that's the thing is, I've never traded cryptos in my life, ever. But I've spoken about them, and then for some reason on my computer, it's always advertising cryptos to me.
Yeah.
Like, like I don't know why it's doing that. Like the thing is, like some girls, they often get makeup adverts or something like that. Like people who'd look at a product or something more often, they will show that to you.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. Like let's say YouTube. Fucking love their music algorithm. I found some dope ass tunes.
No, straight up, yeah, YouTube's
but
music.
they're one for harvesting our information to advertise is a problem. The actual algorithm to share content is very good, I think. But
to ensure we're getting what we like would enjoy the most.
Dude, with music, like, but also this was like 2-3 years ago. I used to sit on fucking YouTube all the time, just download music and check out music and sit there going through music, and it worked very well. I found some beautiful songs, dope songs.
Yeah, you've got some crazy
bangers,
checks,
dude.
Yeah,
bangers.
And that's all from YouTube's algorithm.
Partially, yeah. But that's the thing is, like, if I listen to a song and then all of a sudden there's a band that I like or something, then you click on that band and then that band will have something similar, and then like
there we go. You go.
So it works because it's running off, I think, people and what they click on, like with similar thought processes.
Yeah. Well, they're literally on YouTube. It says people who watch this usually watch this after.
Yeah.
It's like boom,
like that. So that's the thing is like that I'm fine with. It's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
To have access to things like that, but then I have a problem when they, let's say, do shadow banning or something, which is like the same thing, just on the opposite spectrum of them banning things because now it's in your space.
Yeah.
So now they'll slowly remove something out of your viewing screen. So it's confusing. There's so many weird aspects of things. Like some things are alright, but then some are like a fucking shit show completely. So it's hard to look at and choose a proper side to this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, dude. Like, to get back to the money thing though, I don't think it was ever meant to be I have more than you think. Like, money, I'd say at this current point is survival.
Yeah.
If you can pay your bills, if you can look after your kids or whatever, if you can feed yourself,
you're doing great, bro.
100%, dog. Good man. You don't have to aim for anything more.
Yeah.
Like, if you can just do that.
But they make, like, again, like social media and things like that, like they make you feel like you need more because you're seeing everyone else with more the whole time.
But that's also a weird thing for the lattes that are around now. Is when we were younger, phones weren't really that huge of a thing. Like, we spoke, but it was more to people that we knew. We didn't really.
Yeah, no,
like, it was extremely taboo to talk to randos.
Yeah, dude.
When
don't
you were
talk to strangers, bro.
Yeah.
The weirdest person I spoke to was on Mixit, bro. That Joe Banker, dude. That was the only stranger I spoke to.
Mixit, boy.
Yeah.
Fucking Mixit, dude. But yeah, like in those times, we'd see things like in a certain way, and then you'd be like, okay, this is just talking to this and this and that. But nowadays, like, let's say a kid, they suddenly talk to anyone from anyone, like anywhere in the world, see all of these extremely extravagant experiences and places, and then it's kind of hard for them to look around at what they have around them when you look at that only, and that's only been your guidance
Yeah, like
point.
your parents can
Because
only
at the
afford
age
for
of
the
3,
holiday
your
to
parents were
go.
lazy as fuck to look after you or entertain you, so they gave you a phone. You know, just
There we go. Because it's easier, to keep you entertained like that, bro. It's like the one kid, I don't know where it was from. I think it was the UK or something. He stole his mom's credit card, bought himself a flight to like, I don't know where it was, some like tropical island. Went there, chilled, like was spending his mom's credit card, and this kid was like 14 years old or something, bro.
Jesus. Oh, that mother must have beaten that child. Well, that's not legal anymore, but I'd say that kid still deserves.
But like no kid would have done that, like before social media and shit like that wouldn't have been an idea for a kid. So you're right, they get shown all these like extravagant, like crazy places and things that people are doing.
Yeah.
And they look at home and they're like, but we're not doing any of this stuff. Something must be wrong.
Yeah. But then also some people that post things, also they're posting some things from fucking 2 years ago, this year.
Straight, bro.
They're not currently on that fancy trip. That was just in the backlogs of their photos.
Exactly, bro. 100%.
Like, because also people think like, oh no, I fucking worked the whole week. And then these oaks were there. That's all photos.
They were also working,
it's all the same photos even.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking so confusing, dude.
And it's like a competition, but for what, bro? Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of,
But once again, advantages and disadvantages.
Exactly, that's the thing. Like,
if you use the internet for good, it can actually be a very good system.
But it can very easily be just as bad, bro. So
yeah,
it's up to you, I guess. Like the person.
Yeah, choosing how you work your phone or do things. Yeah, dude.
I was seeing how you even treat people around you, how you act with, interact with people, how you interact with even nature, like all of this stuff, like it comes down and it matters, bro. It does, like.
And that's a lot. Like even interacting with nature is a huge one I've noticed. Because like I've had my quiet phases and shit in life. I've had some time to go and sit off on my own and chill out with the shit and be like, fuck yeah, I love this shit, dude. Like nature's fun, dude. I'll go walk somewhere on my ace. I used to do that all the time, dude. Like if I was bored on the way to somewhere, or if I was having a rough day or whatever, I'd literally just go walk around somewhere random, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking great to experience nature. And then the thing is, a lot of people have forgotten what nature is altogether.
Like the thing with nature is you never know what to expect, bro. And that's the best part about it, bro. Like you never ever can know what you're gonna see, bro. Like this bee on that flower or this ant walking over that blade of grass. Like you don't know, but you can find so much joy and interest in it.
But even
bro.
just being around it and feeling it and breathing it in, prana, dude.
Yeah.
Like energy of the universe.
Yeah.
Dude. Like it's very clean energies in most places with fucking plants and shit around. Like those things don't 100%. Harbor a lot of negative energies.
But like on a psychedelic mushroom trip, I personally don't want to be around buildings, and I don't want to be around technology, phones, cars, all of that. That's why the ultimate place for me to take mushrooms is on a hike, bro, because I don't feel
you reconnect to the universe.
It literally brings out anxiety, bro. Like when I'm around like houses and things like that, and I've got I've taken mushrooms, I can physically feel the anxiety inside of me. Like it comes up and it goes down. But when I do it in nature, there's none of that, bro. It's all art, bro. It's just so free flowing. It's so easy.
But also it's like feng shui in a way, even, dude. Like it's an environment that's found out how to regulate energy, and you just hook up to its flow for a little while. But you can still catch the berms and chill out and ride the waves, because it already has existing flow within it that you can tap into.
Yeah.
But yeah, nature's hands down something everyone should learn, but is obviously very hard. Especially with crime and shit nowadays. I know that's obviously a weird answer to that, but some people are scared to go hiking on their own.
And you can't blame them, bro. With the shit that's going on,
dude,
farm murders, land
and the thing is, even me, dude, I'm a big dude, but I can't fight everyone off. I'm not fucking Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Like everyone can get fucked up by anyone.
And like life is so tough for some folks now, they've got no choice but to like resort to something like that.
Especially
well,
after COVID, a lot of people are struggling.
So it makes it even tougher. Bro.
So yeah, experiencing nature gets hard, like in that extent. Also with cars, some people have never walked outside, like in the streets. Some people
literally only time they leave the gates is in the car.
You
bro.
get in your car, you go to your place, you get out, you go back in your car, you get back home. Like I don't know, I rode bicycles for years when I was younger, so I got to experience like what was going on.
I also had some bicycle riding years, yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, people on the streets, you just start to see as people because it's just some dude walking past again. Like, oh, that's the guy, he's going to work, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But if
like,
you're inside the whole time and you see someone walking past your house, you're like,
you could assume anything of that person, dude.
Meanwhile, man's literally going to work, bro.
Dude.
Like, that's it, bro.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, a lot of like exposure to something like that, even just regular outside situations, is like lacking, and then people do not know how to respond to them either.
But another thing is like WhatsApp groups and stuff. So now, like, some people are only part of like all the WhatsApp groups, like in their area of like the police, the community.
Well, like crime groups, yeah.
Yeah, and then they just fed constantly, day in, day out, all the negative, all the bad things that are going around them.
Yeah.
And yes, it's good for some people to understand there's a robbery here, there was a break in here. But if that's all you're going to look at all day, every day, eventually you're going to think, listen, this is all that's happening around me. And you're going to be so paranoid because you know that this week alone there was 3 robberies. At the end of the day, if you didn't know about it, if you weren't on the group, you'd be.
It's so random. You could live a whole life without having it, or you could live a life where it happens
10
once
times
in a
week, bro. Yeah.
Like, it happens, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and it's weird for people because I've found most of life, like, I've had 3 situations now with guns where I was on the wrong side. And some other idiot was playing around. But, like, it can happen. Like, the one was a road I drove to college every day for 4 years. And this one day there was a guy that wanted my car. Like it's so random that it could be anywhere. Like, hiding yourself from certain spaces is pointless.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Like, obviously don't go into the dodgiest place in the world, but also that place that's fucking dodgy is dodgy because no one wants to go there and they're struggling to fucking survive.
Exactly, bro.
Like, because who's buying shit there? Who's supporting the businesses there? Who's...
No one, bro.
It's one of those things, dude. Like, just because it's been declared as dodgy or odd or this or that, or
then
and then it leaves a permeating circle of a shit show.
And then you have something like Newtown, which is in a dodgy ass place, and people are literally going there every single weekend, getting drunk out of their fucking mind, walking around the streets.
I've been to Newtown more times than I can count for drum and bass events.
There we go.
And it's beautiful. Like, obviously you don't walk too far, but we've walked to the garage, we've left, like.
But tell anyone like on the north that you're going to Newtown, they'll say no.
There could be any dodgy situation that could take place, but. And during the day, once I went there with my camera.
Okay.
One man.
Graffiti and shit.
Yeah, dude. Fucking beautiful graffiti there, dude.
Yeah.
One man with a nice camera, dude. Walked around there, no problem. Yes. Like, that's the thing. Like, but maybe that day there was some
if you
guy
went the day
who
after,
wanted a camera. But the thing is, 99.9% of the people there are people
just doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so odd. Because that's the thing is, I'll tell someone, like, go check out that fucking graffiti right now. Like, that shit's fire. But who knows what could happen, but like, it's fire. Like, it's fucking cool.
Just hope you get there at the right time at the right
that's
day,
like one of the art capitals of South Africa, arguably, dude.
Newtown. CBD.
Hands down, dude. As the art capital, dude, of the country. Very possible.
Okay. I've always wanted like a room in my, or like a wall in my room or something done graffiti, but many graffiti artists.
You can get airbrushing, dude. If you find a tattoo artist, a lot of them can do airbrushing.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
And then that can also be like quite clean. But graffiti, I don't know. Like, even I know Cess did it, which is African Ginger.
Okay.
I don't know if you know his work. Very dope, beautiful work, dude.
Alright.
Yeah. And he's done some graffiti work, but also just random things. But I think he's the only one that I've actually known that's actually done graffiti work, like legitimate graffiti.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, but it's not a common thing, I don't think. I don't know where you'd find someone, but I think he's Yeah, I don't know if you'll get hold of him. That man's doing fucking magical things now, dude.
Oh,
Very beautiful work, dude.
like
But I
still
think he's
local.
busy. Yeah.
Mm.
I think he's in Cape Town now, though.
Okay.
Not actually sure. I don't speak to him. I just knew him in college.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. But like that, yeah, he's the only one I've seen do graffiti, dude.
Yeah, I know literally no one.
Besides some oaks grabbing some cans and going.
Dude, I've never even seen people like flagging this shit, bro. Like I've never seen.
I've never seen it myself either, but I've heard of people go and do it
Mm.
and seen the things. But also like, I don't know, dude. Like the talent involved with that is so incredible sometimes.
Like, dude,
Some
it blows
places,
my mind,
like dude,
bro.
riding through Joburg as well, I look around and I'm just like, I need to get out my car and just stare at this, dude.
Mm.
Like, it's one of the most beautiful forms of art as well. I prefer that way more than a gallery or something.
Because that's like proper expression, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's, yo.
Over a gallery, dude, it's like it's more raw, dude. I guess. But also, I'm not afraid of like chilling in dodgy places or what's considered to be dodgy. I obviously won't get myself into dodgy situations, but some places
for some nice graffiti, then you might just.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not gonna go crawl into a sewer to go see what's inside.
Yeah.
Like sort of a thing. Like
fair enough.
But even like random tunnels and shit, like I've never really done those, weirdly enough. But I've seen graffiti on some tunnels. Like I'd walk through an open area happily, but not a tunnel.
Okay.
I don't know why. Actually.
You claustrophobic?
No.
So it's not that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's maybe just I feel like someone might be hiding in there that I can't see. Especially in South Africa, like.
My guy might even be sleeping there.
Yeah. There could be a dodgy corner if you go into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I don't know, like in general with that shit, as long as you make sure you're comfortable where you are and you walk around most places, you can chill.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it is just bullshit or something that someone told you.
Like fortunately, I've never been put in like that type of situation, like gun to my head, being robbed full on. Like I've been like tricked and scammed by people, like taking my phone, whatever. But I've never actually like been in a hardcore like robbery, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like Renato and them, like their house got robbed a few years ago, and they got like tied up and shit, bro. So it's like
it's horrible something that can take place, dude. But that's the thing is you never know. Like that can happen in your own home.
Exactly,
never mind
dude.
outside
Like
somewhere.
So we go there every single day, bro, and like nothing like that has ever happened, bro.
Yeah.
Not every day, but at one time, like literally that was the place where that happened, bro. And it's just like you say, you can't to try and hide from the bullshit, to try and hide from things. Like you're not gonna win.
Pointless, dude. Like you just rather live your life, and one day if it happens, it happens.
You deal with it.
Keep on building up to nothing or something.
Exactly. Now you've lived,
and then you've lived it. Then you've lived it before it's even happened. So you had to live it before and after.
So you're putting yourself through it twice now.
Yeah.
Instead of just dealing with it when it happens, bro.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's also just hard to try to find a way. Like a lot of people do struggle with dealing with reality as well as a general concept. Especially now when it's so irregular, and then there's this and there's that and there's COVID and the asteroids coming and then whatever shit they put out there.
Things like social media filters, like it doesn't stop, bro, to try and like keep content and keep contained through it all it's tough work, bro.
Yeah. But it's definitely possible.
Definitely, and I feel like once it happens, bro, you see like it is.
It's helping people try to find the proper compass to differentiate things.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, is like education is one of the rarest forms of fucking anything nowadays. People are so randomly educated, there's no general education.
Yeah.
That Oaks can't.
Like someone that knows nothing, that hasn't been to a day of school, can become the best of whatever by watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if he watches enough tutorials on YouTube, he can literally become the best of whatever.
But then there's also some people in some places that can't access any education at all.
Even if they wanted to, like even a school, bro.
Or you have your education and it's just useless teachers, or teachers that are forced by the school to teach different things because they're trying to do 4 or 5 different shifts to pay for their fucking life. that they start doing all of this subject and that subject, and then they start to lose their interest as well.
Yeah, now it's just making the money so they can go home and at least try and feel comfortable.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's still a job. Like, some teachers have to walk into a classroom and repeat the same thing to 7 different classes in a day. That's fucking madness.
That can get
like
tough.
It's hard. It's a hard job. It's a very hard job. Like, but yeah,
I feel like teachers in general don't get enough recognition, but it's because of the schools and the education.
No, but some of them don't deserve any. Some of them shouldn't be doing that job. It's nothing personal. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be a teacher.
Like, how are you gonna have beef with me that I'm 11 and I'm 11 years old?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? You're playing power games with a child.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that, dude? Like, no. But that's also the way the system's been laid out, the way you go to school. No, you have to do this, you have to do that. And if the teacher doesn't do this, the parents are shitting on them and the principal is shitting on them.
But like, apparently, like, schools and prisons, if you go to prison, you'll see it's exactly the same as a school, bro. Like,
walk in the straight line, do this, do
the bells tell you when you're free, when you're not free, when you have to be here, when you're... It's the same
but that's the thing, is it's also creating unrealistic expectations of reality. There's no place you're going to walk outside that's going to walk around in lines.
Exactly.
Unless these people have been so far indoctrinated that they still do that.
Yeah.
But, like, just general things, some of the, like, I understand learning discipline at a young age. Some kids are rowdy as fuck and they need to be put in.
And like social skills, like how to treat
social
people,
skills, yeah, definitely. Like, but the way it's done is so weird. It just doesn't work.
And you can't quite put your finger on what it is that's wrong, but you know that something's so clearly wrong, bro.
Well, one thing I can definitely say, a huge advantage for me was the social side. Being in a school with 1,500 kids in Benoni High. My man, you're going to get bullied, you're going to be a bully, you're going to be a dick, you're going to have someone be a dick to you, you're going to live lifetimes because there's so many people that you can look through everything on every perspective.
You get exposed to everything, yeah.
And you can see, like, okay, that's a problem, this is this, because, like, sometimes you get involved in something you don't even want to be in, and you're like, what the fuck?
How did I end up here? Yeah.
Or, like, you look back when you're light, it's like, yeah, wow, I was a dick to that guy for no reason. Why the fuck was I like that?
Definitely, bro.
Like, I don't know, but the social side of it was still useful, though, because of experiencing all of those things in different people.
Yeah.
Like, also, it's been a lot more helpful when I'm older as well, because in Benoni High, it wasn't just like a private school where there's just rich kids.
There's different, yeah.
There's kids that can get a fucking SLK when they get to matric, or there's kids that can
still
not get a car
school from wherever, yeah.
Or not even make it to school somehow.
Exactly,
like, bro. So there's all sorts of different people that you meet on all different spectrums, and it's very nice.
Yeah,
and it's good to learn how to communicate with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you understand, like, you can almost, like, not go to their level, but you can understand where people are coming from, and like,
it's just exposure to a lot more different people that it's not suddenly weird behavior when you see it.
When you see something different, you're like, oh, well, there are different people, so I must just expect one.
Yeah, it's just different shit going on. But yeah, that was a huge advantage. The social side, I would say, is one of the most important parts of school. Definitely, just gaining somewhat social skills. But also, not everyone is destined for a social life.
Definitely, bro.
Not that they don't want it. It's just some people like chilling on their own. Some people like just doing different things.
Yeah, isolation.
Yeah, but also still learning how to communicate will still help you carry on with reality and get your job and do your thing and just communicate with coworkers and do enough that you can still function and then do your thing on the side.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I don't know, dude. What would you rate, like, schools were missing? Like, if you could, like, try, like, say something that would have contributed a lot better to your, like, evolution as a human.
I think it was Nikola Tesla, bro, that said, when science starts investigating, like, unnatural, unphysical phenomena, they'll make like 10 times the amount of discoveries than they have in the past century in like half the time. So I feel like if we were exposed to like a more honest, a more like wider variety of what actually could happen, what life is about, things like that, bro. Because they don't actually teach you, which is like why I appreciate something like this so much, bro. Because it is something that someone out there will definitely be able to watch and take away a proper lesson that will help them deal with some hectic shit, bro.
Well, that's the thing is like some of us have just experienced different things, and some we can help some other people with, some things we can't.
But like the schooling system and stuff, it doesn't really help you with like being a person, bro. Like dealing with personal issues, bro. Dealing with like your
just
own
laugh while trying to deal with
like we
shit.
don't understand our bodies. We don't understand like fully like how we like operate, bro, and like why certain things happen. Like in school, like no matter where you go, even if I went and studied to be a doctor now, no way would I find out that if I break my back, having a shitty outlook on life would prevent that from healing. Like no book I can tell you now will tell you that, bro. Yeah. And that's a fact, bro.
Well, unless you get into the pseudoscience, which is
exactly,
that's
bro.
the woo. But that's the thing is a lot of people shun shit off as woo when it's actually trying to help you out.
Exactly.
That's why, like, even me studying a lot of religions, I'm not a religious person at all. I'm just open to looking at what everyone's trying to say.
Trying to understand exactly, bro. Yeah.
Like, is a zebra different from a horse? Well, at some point they have the same ancestry.
Exactly.
They're just completely different existences of a being.
So like why?
Yeah, well that's the thing is if you grew up in the mountains somewhere, you might worship mountains more than something else. If you grew up in the flat lands of the savannas, you might be worshipping the sky, or like who knows what oaks started doing, just because like they're different exposures to environments.
Yeah.
And then like someone even a while ago was telling me like Mozambique or something, like you won't see straight lines there that often because they're not used to seeing straight lines.
Okay.
So I think that thing's ran out of space now actually. But like fuck, what was I saying?
In Mozambique there's no straight lines.
Yeah. So they say like some of the buildings there have weird curves and stuff like that just because people aren't used to like, experiencing straight lines.
Shit, but you go to like America, like New York, like Bob, and it's literally all perfectly like.
Yeah. So someone like that might be more geometrically advanced than someone else that's not used to seeing that kind of infrastructure.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, okay, that's a road, that's a square, this is this. Like, even though you're not playing maths or reading it in maths, you can still comprehend what's going on in different forms or understand different structures, even like directly. Because if you're just seeing flat land, what do you think about? Could be anything.
Yeah.
We don't know because we've never really just like stared at flat land a whole life.
Like in the Sahara versus, like you say, by mountain range versus by the ocean, bro, you'll have completely different like understandings of why things happen, how things happen.
Yeah. But also like in some places a tiger is a sacred thing, or a vulture or something, but there's some places where you will not find that animal. It's not the sacred animal, but it is whatever they chose within their communities or however it came into place as a like somewhat representation or something.
Yeah, because like representation, I think like on a deeper meaning for sure, bro. Because if you look at like in Thailand, like there, if you go to like a Buddhist temple, within I think it's like 5 kilometer circle around that temple, you're not allowed to harm any animals. So now if you go to a fish pond and it's like next door to a mosque, bro, or next door to like a Buddha temple, you go there by the fish, bro, every single fish will come up and be waiting for food because they know they're not going to get hurt. But then you go just down the road to China and it's like anything that moves will get killed and eaten.
Yeah. And they have to grow up in different environments altogether, dude. There was something on Netflix actually, I don't know if it's Other Worlds or something like that, but you know the alien thing? Or Alien Worlds?
No.
It was this one thing, it was like a 6-episode series or something where they explained how evolution would take place on different planets or different...
Okay.
Like, if different factors were involved.
Yeah.
With the evolution of life, how would things have evolved or how would they function?
That could be quite interesting.
Yeah, and they actually explain it like from human and Earth-like understandings. They try to describe how they would guess, I guess, of what those things would be, like speculation.
Yeah.
Or like, I think it's speculative zoology actually, what it is.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. But it's like assuming what things look like.
with different like
different factors involved. But then there was one thing in that where they talk about guppies.
Okay.
Like just randomly, this is human level now, where they're talking about how evolution would take place somewhere because guppies. There's one place somewhere where there's a pond where there's no threat, like minimal threats. So these things breed, chill, do their thing, but they breed slowly as well, and they have like one or, well, less of big offspring.
Okay.
Like strong, healthy offspring.
Mm.
And then lower down the stream where it's a lot more competitive, there's like very small offspring and multiple.
Like a lot, yeah.
So they do it so they have a chance to survive.
Okay. Yes.
So even like that, within nature, they have different ways of accommodating different environmental factors.
I mean, that's why like an elephant has one baby, but fish lay like millions of eggs, bro, because they know a lot of those eggs are going to get charred, this, that.
Yeah.
But an elephant like has like control over it, so it knows that its baby's going to come out basically.
Yeah.
So.
But also they have like fucking a ridiculously long pregnancy, dude.
I think it's 2 years, bro.
2 years.
I think so. As far as I know, it's like
could be, dude. Like I know it's ridiculously long, but like.
And they mourn deaths, elephants.
Dude, there's this thing by Barbara J. King.
Okay.
On TEDx.
All right.
And it's explaining how she studied it. Well, no, she didn't study them. She's involved with groups that study them, and she, I think, collects all the information.
Okay.
And expresses it, but also they pretty much prove elephants have souls in that.
Okay.
Like just from their behaviors and when they come back to grieve, and they like. There's so many things that are like, these things are very much active. This is not an animal.
Yeah.
Like, even animals, they aren't animals. But I'm just saying, like, people don't realize.
An animal, bro, yeah.
Like,
like just this thing that eats, shits, walks
around. Yeah, it's a living being as much as us. We just got cocky.
Exactly. We just got cocky.
Literally. Because we can't say we're any better than any other being on this earth.
Dude, I'm like a firm believer we are like a virus on this planet, bro. Like
a virus?
Dude, like the way we're just like taking over. I know it's not like...
There's arguments of that, yeah.
It's yo.
It is. The thing is, like, we are technically something that's gone to a host, which would be our planet, overpopulated, and then destroyed the environment around it. So that's a little bit like a virus, to be honest. But that's why, like, there's a lot of fucked up arguments that get involved. Like the Thanos argument.
Like that it would be a good thing, bro.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, I don't see things like that as an option because, like, as much as it would be better to have less people, we could probably survive on Earth with the amount of people we have, if not more now, if people were somewhat responsible.
Just cognitive of what they're doing, bro.
Yeah, just somewhat responsible and like not completely fucking something up. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, but then also there's some places in the world that don't even have the chance to think like that, dude. Like oaks are just trying to survive on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck having like world peace and like everyone getting along and stuff. Some oaks literally just trying to get
oaks don't even know what that is,
bro.
Some people literally, I watched this one thing about North Korea as well, and they didn't know what freedom was. This chick that left, she had to learn what freedom was when she got to another country.
She was always like expecting to be told what to do or like how to behave.
Yeah, they never learned what freedom was. They didn't teach them that because then you don't have rebellion.
Exactly, yo, dude. So they just completely take it out of.
But that's the thing is, if you have enough of a space to completely remove thoughts, which is pretty much one generation, if you can fuck with one generation, it could shape the world or what's going on in that environment. That's the problem with like World War II or something like that. It shaped a lot of people to end up in the situation we're in now. Like, but yeah,
I feel like the older generation as well, they, with like having to go to wars and things like that,
they're a lot more harder than us. Like in general, they are a lot more tough.
But I don't think they're also they stable in their mental. Bro.
Yeah.
Like they're very, very like unstable, bro. And that's like mild PTSD, I guess you could like even take it down.
But also there wasn't a lot of mental health options, eh? ADD is a future thing.
Straight up, bro.
Fucking a lot of these things are from the future. Like people are like some toppies will tell you half of this shit doesn't even exist. But it's also just because they weren't ever in environments where this stuff was diagnosed or whatever.
And GMOs
I
and shit
personally
have
don't
become
believe
so
in
crazy,
like
bro,
some diagnoses because I believe there's weird shit happening and everyone's just trying to label it and it doesn't work.
yeah,
Because it's too general. When things that are going on are like completely.
yeah.
Like, but it's an attempt at least to try.
Try and understand.
Yeah. But often that also like gets misinterpreted into all sorts of things. Like people get put into boxes of all sorts of things. Like let's say even ADHD. Some people get given that, but they were actually just too over hyper, and some doctor just gave them the wrong diagnosis, and now they've got to live with this thing and try to take pills to try to deal with this thing.
Exactly, that's
that they
the
could have
chemistry
learned
in their brain
how to
and all
do
that shit.
some way elsewhere.
Like a simple meditation or simple like
yeah, but that's
like
the thing is it's not that easy to try to teach someone that either. So that like what is the actual viable answer to these things?
Well, is it even something that needs to get fixed though? That's the thing.
Well,
bro, like,
yeah, that's the thing. Maybe that oak just has more gears.
Exactly. I saw
Like
this one thing that like this guy was trying to explain that kids that have ADHD, their brain is still in a younger frequency. So like as we get older, the frequency of our brain changes, like theta, beta, alpha frequency. I think like there's different frequencies where your brain can do different things. And when you're born, your brain is in a certain frequency and it's able to absorb a whole lot more information. And then as you get like a little bit older to like a toddler to like your like 8-9 years old, like it's your brain frequency is in a lot more of a creative state. And then thereafter that from your teen to like your 20s and stuff, it like dulls down a bit until you get older, and then your brain frequency is like more calm than it's been. It's not like full of activity. And this guy was saying that all that's happening is these kids are carrying their like creative brain frequencies later on in their life, which is not a bad thing at all. And now you're getting these kids that have all this like creativity and all these like this passion and these ideas, and you're like, no, you've got too much energy, calm down, and they put them on Ritalin.
And there's literal oaks that slam Ritalin now. Ritalin is one of the most common drugs. Well, not probably cat or something, but like Ritalin, there's so many oaks that snarf that shit. It's hectic. And that's something that people give to kids.
Literally, bro. I was on Ritalin when I was younger, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not once did I think of sniffing it, but like,
yeah,
there are oaks out there that's doing.
But that's the thing is it's one of those things, dude, and it's just. How can you just give that to a kid?
Yeah.
Especially like I understand some people are dealing with some things and they need some options, but there should be some sort of an infrastructure available or something for people to look at a lot more options than just what's in front of them.
Exactly, bro. Because even if you think like if psilocybin, let's say, was now like a feasible option for like depression or for like just like issues you got in your life, so now you can use like magic mushrooms to deal with this, bro. Like
you would still of studies say, coming out now.
100%, but you would still say, listen, your kid is 8 years old. Like I think we should wait for your kid to like have a fully function or fully like formed brain and everything. Like everything must be like done before we like try and like alter and see like what we can change. But
you could just have like a random stagnation while you're younger that you could need to pass through, and then they're currently putting on a filter that blocks you from doing that.
And now they're messing with the chemistry of your brain with these like medications.
While you're trying to grow up,
exactly, bro. So confusing. They will tell you no, like you can't, because like the prefrontal cortex of like that's what people who are very like into mushrooms and like they stand for it. They say that even though they're still so much for mushrooms, like you should try and not take it before 21 because your brain is still trying to. So, but now how are you going to like those people are like that, but then here with your actual drugs and your actual medicine.
Well,
like any kid, bro.
Who was it? It was you and Tristan that shared that Terence McKenna thing.
It's like we've got a problem on drugs.
Yeah, the drug war. But on the way home, I drove past the drugstore.
Exactly, bro.
Like,
yeah. It's so in your face. It's like unbelievable.
Bro. Yeah, like and the thing is that there's so many people that end up abusing those drugs, and like even alcohol or like as a separate thing besides those, but like I know headache tablets and
tranquilizers and
tranquilizers, dude.
painkillers,
People
sleeping
slam these
tablets,
things, dude.
and that causes them like things like epilepsy and things later on, bro.
And
like
the thing is, these doctors just prescribe it to them, and these pharmaceutical companies
they
make
just
money. And we've seen
sell
now
it,
with
bro.
COVID
Big
how much
pharma,
money
bro.
these oaks are willing to make.
Exactly, bro.
So it's, I wish people could help each other find more options
Yeah,
than just taking these things. Because I'm personally one as well that doesn't believe in a lot of medication.
yeah, same, bro. Like it's like I was never one. Even like if I had a headache, bro, I wouldn't take like a Panado or
Yeah.
anything like that. And then with my back, bro, like there was obviously no other way but to like take painkillers and like to deal with the
Yeah.
pain and the discomfort, bro. And within 6 months of taking anti-inflammatories, painkillers, sleeping tablets, all that shit just to cope with the pain that was going on, dude, I lost like 20 kgs of weight, bro. I wasn't
Yeah.
sleeping. I was like a zombie walking throughout the day, bro. Like I wasn't sure of what was real, what wasn't real. Like I was just like making
It gets confusing at that
very,
point,
dude. And that's why I was like, no, no, no. Like I can't deal with this stuff. And people get like properly addicted to the stuff. And I've been asked like, how are you on like such strong painkillers, such strong this, that, and you didn't get addicted? And it's
But
because I
how is
wasn't
that?
there for the like for how it made me feel. I was there
Yeah.
for the relief of the
But the
pain,
question
bro.
is as well amongst that, like even though you're quite a strong-minded person, which is good, but like the fact that they can just openly allow these things out there, like how are you not addicted? Like what?
Exactly, bro.
Like because it is one of those things that are like some things are very addictive. But I understand there is different like schedules of things because some people are in a lot of pain and they have to take these things, but a lot of people just take them.
Yeah.
Like arguably like some people just smoke a fuck ton of weed and they can forget about their pain.
Yeah. But that's not like dealing with it either, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's why.
But also like there's different things. Like you get some things that help you through things. There's some people that try to switch it off. There's some people like I think a lot of things should be treated as assistance, not the thing.
Yeah.
Like assisting you to get to the place, but you are the one that has to get to the place still.
Yeah.
This thing is just assisting you at the moment.
And that's not what it is now. It's like a crutch, bro. Something that you gotta have to like lean on the whole time, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm sure things will hopefully start taking a turn for the better.
Well, dude, already we're seeing better things in the world.
Definitely, even just amongst like
ourselves. The thing is,
like,
as much as it's a shit show right now, you must understand, like, we came from cavemen beating each other with sticks, massive genocides, fucking oaks coming up to your tribe, taking your shit. Like, we've evolved a lot from there.
Yeah.
And we are still pushing forward. Like, obviously, it's rough, still. But there's still very good possibilities of places we can go.
And there's still progress being made, so.
Yeah. No, there's definitely good things that can happen, dude. It's just all of us, like every problem in the world pretty much now is a human problem. Like animals, they don't have problems.
Nothing.
They don't want to come and tell you about their problems. They might talk amongst each other about their problems, but we can't understand them as well as we don't even know if they comprehend things as a problem or just what's happening there.
Yeah, and how to deal with it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like as in if you're getting chased by a lion, you're getting chased by a lion, boy.
It's not an issue.
You're a buck getting chased by a lion. It's a tough day.
Yeah,
tough day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah. But to come up from like nature to what we are now is obviously going to be very confusing.
Because
it's very off from nature.
Very, very.
Yeah. But we learn over time and we'll slowly work towards better things. I believe in us. I believe it's possible.
Like, yeah.
Definitely. It's just going to obviously take time and a lot of contribution from pretty much everyone on earth.
Yeah, and I think like they just need to take a deep breath, a step back, and just try and see what it is like that everyone's actually chasing. Like, why are you like putting in these hours? Why are you trying so hard? Like, what is it that you like your end goal? What are you trying to like achieve?
Yeah.
And if you've achieved that, like what then? Like where do you go from there? Like, do you actually have a plan, or are you just getting up every morning, going to work, putting money in the bank, and like is that what your day and your life consists of, or like are you actually trying to?
Yeah. But that's the thing, is a lot of people also forget in those things to better themselves, to learn new things, or like a lot of people I've noticed as well identify with their work.
Yeah.
like very clearly. Like, oh, I'm a mechanic, or
Yeah.
oh, I'm a pilot, or you could be anything. You could be a pilot for 2 years of your life and then become a fucking salesman. Like, who knows what you do?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, like, but people that identify with their job as well have struggled finding other jobs because they are so locked into one space, as well as
this, yeah.
like there is situations where you can like heavily improve that one skill, but there's also some places where you don't get enough time to improve that skill, or
yeah,
like grow on it or expand it to different directions. There's sometimes where you're just doing the small things around the office to finish the day and you're not actually expanding that skill. But now you identifying with this one thing that you do. It's confusing when you could literally be doing anything as well. Like you now, you have a job, but also you trade cryptos and things.
Yeah.
Like it's not a specific thing. Like
yeah, like if you ask me what do I do, it's not one thing, bro. It's not like I'm completely tied to my job or I'm completely tied to this. And some people
or even as a general concept of your existence. Because people like to identify with some of those things because some of them make you sound cool, dude.
There we go. Like makes you feel like you
doing say you're a doctor, someone's like,
nice, well done.
Yeah, because it's expected in society that you've worked very hard for that and gotten to that point.
Yeah.
Like, but also it's an assumption that guy could be a dick. He's
Straight
not suddenly a better person because he's a doctor.
He could be one of those doctors that just prescribe everything, bro. Yeah.
Or it could just be like a problem in the world now where there's a shortage of doctors and they allow nearly anyone in.
Same.
You don't need the 99% people or the 90% people.
We're good at 70 now.
Yeah, dude, a good 70, 60%.
Come, now you found
come, you'll learn from here, bro. You'll learn from here. Yeah. But yeah, no.
Well, we actually got through a decent amount so far.
Yeah, dude. What, do you want to cut it here?
No, we don't have to cut it here, my bro.
Can? Because I think we've done quite a bit.
I guess I can always do another fucking episode, bro.
Yeah, but you can carry on going even if you want. I think my camera's going to run out of space, so I'm going to have to swap a card.
I think we'll leave the viewers in suspense for what else we have to talk about.
Yeah.
We brought up some like very nice points, bro.
Yeah. The thing is also, this was a very like abstract one going into some odd things, like even the like psychological past and shit like that. Like it's some like abstract things, but I feel like it might be helpful to someone because personally, when I was younger, I wish I had an option of just looking at something or someone at least being like, "Fuck!" Like I understand this shit is real, but like it's confusing to try.
I also don't know what the fuck's going on, but
I don't know what's going on, but I've seen some things. Like yeah,
it would have helped a lot, bro. And
instead of just looking through one lens,
yeah, and like those people have made massive differences in my life, bro. Like they just come, they show you a whole different way to look at things. They just they're not normal, bro. Like the way they act, it's not like what you're used to, what everyone else does, bro. And like you take away from it, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is a lot of people have a lot you can learn from in general. Like there's different lives that everyone's experienced, and you can learn from them, dude.
Yeah, like I said with the trading and like between when you asked if me and Jordan and like all of us talk about the trading amongst ourselves, like I'm gonna learn from Jordan's fuck up, bro. Like if Jordan makes a mistake, like I'm gonna learn there. Why do I have to do it myself, bro? If I can learn from him doing it, and I can.
If you guys as a unit can move forward, you can get a lot more done than doing it solo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what this is, like, just that extra hand, just helping someone.
Yeah. But also, like, I've tried to keep it as like general and like free flow as possible, which is also quite complicated to try achieve, but it's so far working.
Yeah.
To just keep it free flow as a conversation, just ride it out wherever it goes, dude.
Well, that's basically what we did.
Yeah, dude. Cause yeah. But it's good to be doing this though. I'm amped that it's happening.
Yeah.
As a thing.
I'm also
something I've always wanted to do. And it's just,
now you're like actually here doing it, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's good.
Cause I don't know.
A lot of people want to do something and they've got like this idea, but to actually like go and put your fucking like your hands in, bro, and actually like get it done. It's a different story.
Yeah. It obviously requires hard work, but like I'm a strong believer in anything is possible, but not everything. Like you can do anything, but obviously no, you're gonna have to give up some of your day to do some other things, or
like, you can't do everything.
But you can do anything if you can dedicate yourself to something and take an L for a couple of seasons. You can do anything.
Yeah, eventually you'll be
like
the boss, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. This is something that I always thought might be useful, but also like, it started off with me talking into a camera, and I was like, no,
need some other people.
Yeah, no, it's just. Also, I have very weird thinking sometimes, and it's good to have someone like clean it up a bit while I'm going. Be like, whoa, dude, or like,
yeah.
Or else I'll just suddenly go into the fucking shitters, and Oak will be like, what the fuck? Like, not that there's anything wrong with going that deep, but it's just sometimes I don't actually like
too much too quick or something.
Yeah, I get distracted by the amount of information around me that I stop
like processing it at like a rate that
a
can
stable
be followed.
rate, because there's so much things coming in at once, and I've got to be like, yo. But yeah.
So good episode, bro.
Yeah, dude.
It's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yes.